For another installment of our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Got a good one on tap for you here today. It's Salina South taking on their crosstown rival, Salina Central. The battle for the Governor's Cup, and it should be a good one. Got both games on tap for you here as part of our doubleheader coverage right here on the Salina Post Sports Network. The Lady Mustangs of Salina Central will be the host school here today, despite this being played on the campus of Salina South. The Lady Mustangs come in at 7-13 overall. The Lady Cougars will come in at 11-7. We'll talk a little bit more about how these two teams got to where they are in the season, but first, let's meet the starting lineup for the Salina South Lady Cougars. Malia Koster, the shortstop, will lead things off. She'll be followed in the order by catcher Emily Newman, first baseman Macy Yost, and starting pitcher Peyton Fritz in the circle and the cleanup spot here today. Batting fifth, it's your right fielder Morgan Janaszek, followed by center fielder Mackenzie Langer, left fielder Chloe Helzel, third baseman Hannah Gardner, and second baseman Sadie Zizakam, bringing up the rear of the Salina South lineup here today. 2-1 the count to start this off. Big swing and a miss, and Malia Koster will be down here with a 2-2 count, trying to even things out. Your starting pitcher for Salina Central is Valerie Van Zant, coming off of one of her better performances of the season. Picked up a loss, unfortunately, but again, in a 2-1 loss against Hayes, pitched with some real excellence. You go back and take a look at her last start and what she was able to do in that game. Van Zant finished a 7-inning contest, allowing just 2 runs on 6 hits, only walked 3, and recorded 14 strikeouts here, hunting what could be her first strikeout of the day. On the season, Valerie Van Zant came into her last outing with with 43 innings pitched as this ball is popped up in the air. She came in with a 4.3 ERA, but 61 strikeouts compared to only 28 walks. Has done a good job keeping things under control from the circle so far this season. Going to be a tough task, though, facing a Salina South lineup that has been shredding at times. Only a 300 average, but a 491 slugging percentage as a team. And a lot of that damage has been done by Malia Koster. She's batting .407 on the year. Has been the ideal table setter, doing a good job of getting herself aboard and getting her teammates chances to bring her in to score. But right now, just battling with Van Zant and trying to keep herself alive in the count right now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Van Zant looking to dig deep, looking for one more pitch to put Koster away. Will deliver a 2-2. That'll miss in the dirt. And the count is full here to the Lady Cougar leadoff hitter. Koster, as I mentioned, leads the team. 24 hits coming into this contest. 7 doubles, 2 over the wall. Does have good pop in the bat and when called upon. And here is going to strike one well to left. That's got a chance. If it's fair, it's gone. But that is a foul ball. It wraps around the pole. And she will have to come back with a full count at 3-2. Boy, Van Zant's going to have to be careful here, especially after watching what Koster did to that rise ball. That was just about her 3rd home run of the season. But Koster digs back in. She's been pulling almost everything she's seen in this contest. Payoff pitch is going to miss in the dirt, and it's a leadoff walk issued to Malia Koster as Salina South will set up shop here with Emily Newman coming to the plate after really about a 10-pitch at bat there. For Malia Koster, did a good job of getting her teammates chances to come out and see a little bit more before standing in the box. Valerie Van Zant back to work here. First pitch to Newman, taken for a called strike. Out in the field for Salina Central, Banninger is your starting catcher today. It'll be Osmeyer over at first, Turpin at second, Wagner at short, and Tyler Vidrickson tending to the hot corner at third. Your outfield from left to right consists of Taylor Gary, Madison Crow in center, and Lily Van Zant out in right. Right now, Emily Newman down with an 0-2 count, one of only 2 seniors on this roster. And we'll chop this one back into her foot, take a moment to walk this off. But, boy, both of these freshmen have been hitting very well throughout the course of the season. Newman's getting on base at a .452 clip on the year, only 14 hits, but 7 of the extra base variety this year. And a lot of real estate to work with right now up the middle with those corners pulled in. As the next pitch from Van Zant misses upstairs, and the count will go to 1-2. Newman's been a patient hitter this season. 12 walks, only 8 strikeouts, trying to avoid picking up another in the strikeout column here. But the 1-2 is swung on and missed, and there is the first K of the day for Valerie Van Zant to put one down and bring Macy Yost to the plate. Macy Yost, a junior here. Again, they do like to go veteran heavy at the top of this lineup. 2 seniors and a junior, as Yost will take outside for a called strike. But Macy Yost this year, a .404 hitter in her own right. And this is really where the big boppers start coming to play here for Salina South. .635 slugging, 21 hits, and 2 home runs this year. This time, though, getting under it as Vidrickson will trot over and watch that one fall harmlessly out of play to get the count to 0-2. Van Zant doing a good job staying ahead in counts here early on in this contest. Already gotten ahead of Koster, Newman, and Yost. Of course, Koster able to battle back and work herself aboard on a walk, as Macy Yost will foul this away and the count stays at 0-2. But that's the same thing we saw out of Valerie Van Zant in the Hayes series. Not afraid to go right at the zone. And sometimes she can get herself in trouble doing that, but ultimately is not going to toy around, is not going to waste a lot of pitches. She is going to make you try to put the bat on it. See what Macy Yost can do here. Van Zant with the 0-2. That is going to get just by Banninger. And Malia Koster will turn and take second on the passed ball. So a runner moves up into scoring position here for Salina South. Lady Cougars still looking for their first hit of the game. Third batter at the plate in Macy Yost. Yost now with an RBI opportunity is going to sky this down the line once again. That will drop foul back near the Salina Central bullpen. It's also got to be a weird feeling for the Lady Cougars, and this is something that kind of goes back and forth between the two, but they're playing this at Salina South, at their own field, of course shared, but they are the visitors here today, despite their high school being about a softball's throw away from the field. South today rocking the green pants, white pinstripe jerseys, green numerals trimmed in gold. For Salina Central, it's the all-white jerseys, maroon numerals trimmed in black. And for Valerie Van Zant, it's back-to-back strikeouts to put 2 down here for Peyton Fritz. Peyton Fritz, though, is a batter you gotta approach carefully. She's only a sophomore. She is slugging .890 on the year. 22 hits, 6 home runs, including 2 bombs, and one that ended up being a game winner in Salina South's doubleheader sweep of Hutchinson. Actually, a quick correction of Newton. That coming about a week and a half ago. And here, it's 2 pitches outside the zone, as I think Van Zant got the same scouting report as everyone else. You got to pitch carefully when you take on Peyton Fritz. Fritz, as a result, has walked a lot more than she's struck out this year. Here takes a big cut, comes up empty, and will bring the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Fritz, of course, today's starting pitcher for Salina South, trying to aid her own cause a bit and get herself some run support. As the 2-1 again is going to get by Banninger, and for the second time, Koster is going to move up on a passed ball. So Koster, who reached first on a walk, is going to move up to second and then to third on a pair that get by Banninger. But so far, back-to-back strikeouts. Van Zant trying to make it the hat trick, and they're going to say low and inside. A walk here to Peyton Fritz. Well, it looked like a decent pitch, but Fritz will take her base, and it's runners at the corners for Morgan Janaszek. Believe we're going to have a courtesy runner over at first base here for Salina South. Trying to see who came in to run. In the meantime, though, Morgan Janaszek will grab a bat. The junior batting .308 on the year. And one of 6 Lady Cougars at the top of this lineup with double-digit RBI numbers this year. So she's been good in situations like these. You've also got to wonder, with 2 down in the inning and a lot of good speed now aboard at first, if Salina South might send the runner here quickly. Take the force out at second base and force more of a tricky situation here for the Lady Mustangs. First pitch, and yeah, there goes the runner. Throw down to second, not in time, and a run's going to come in to score. Runner took, a little surprising that we saw her go down. And now trying to advance to third base. Not sure why. And getting thrown out there was the pinch runner. Not sure what the logic was behind that, but an easy out recorded there for Central And that'll wrap up the inning, but not before Salina South strikes for one. Back with the home half of the first when we return here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in here on the campus of Salina South High School. Tyler Henry alongside you, and it will be for Salina Central, the top of the order due up here in the home half of the first. A 1-0 lead as South was able to get on the board courtesy of a ill-timed throw and a couple of passed balls, and now it falls to Salina Central to try to get a run back here as we go into, again, the bottom of the first. For Salina Central, it'll be Valerie Van Zant, the starting pitcher, to lead things off. She will be followed in the order by center fielder Maddie Crow, second baseman Harper Turpin, and DP Ellie Rykoff in the cleanup spot today. Batting fifth and playing third, it's Tyler Vidrickson, who will be followed by shortstop Katie Wagner, first baseman Grace Ostmeyer, catcher Brooke Banninger, and left fielder Taylor Gary bringing up the rear of the Lady Mustang lineup today. In the circle for the Lady Cougars, it will be Peyton Fritz, the sophomore sensation, who will be making her 16th appearance of the year. It'll be her 14th start. She has tossed 89 innings this year to the tune of a 10-3 record. Talk a little bit more about that in just a moment, but this pitch is going to miss high and away, and Valerie Van Zant will reach on a leadoff walk here with nobody out. So as Maddie Crow comes to the plate, wanted to go back to Peyton Fritz's numbers this year. She has pitched to the tune of a 2.89 ERA, a 1.4 whip, 89 strikeouts, but that has also come with 46 walks. And I think of all the high school softball pitchers that I've seen, Fritz might work at the fastest pace. She comes out, takes 2 to 3 warm-up pitches, she's ready to go, and does not give the batter much time in between pitches to really think things over. So we'll see if Central tries to find a way to slow her down or lets her work at her pace. And, well, I thought that was a foul tip, but they're going to say evidently not as they allow Valerie Van Zant to stay put at second. Okay. I guess rule of stolen base there for Van Zant. Maddie Crow now at the plate here for the Lady Mustangs and having an opportunity now to bat with a runner in scoring position. 1-1 is on its way. Crow, my goodness, that ball ends up in left field. Getting up and coming home is Van Zant. There's going to be a throw. It is not in time, and the Lady Mustangs strike back on a poorly thrown ball here. So we've got some kind of a signal now from our umpire, and they're going to toss that ball away. So the count is 1-2. Van Zant moves up to second on the stolen base and then comes in to score on a wild play there. And in the meantime, the count goes to 1-2 on Maddie Crow, who is as close to a pure slap hitter as you'll see at the high school level. Likes to get that running start towards the pitcher. She will do that here, but this time takes strike 3. And it's the first K of the day for Peyton Fritz to put one away here in the inning, with Harper Turpin coming to the plate next. Turpin from the 3-hole this season has been pretty incredible in the spots she's had opportunities in. Leads the team with 24 hits this year, batting north of the 500 marker on the season. 6 doubles and a triple to boot, 12 runs driven in. It's a reason they bat her down in the 3-hole right now, trying to restart the party for the Lady Mustangs, who would love to come out of this with a lead, but instead is going to roll one to Zyzicom, and that is 2 gone here in the first. With Ellie Rykoff coming to the plate, want to introduce you to the Lady Cougars in the field. Emily Newman is your starting catcher today. It'll be Yost at first, Zizekam at second, Koster at short, and Gardner tending to the hot corner at third. Your outfield from left to right is Helsel, Langer, and Janaszek. As a first pitch strike delivered to Ellie Rykoff, gets caught chasing the rise ball up and falls behind in the count at 0-1. Central coming off of a split with Hayes as this ball lifted down the line and the catch made there for Helsel, and that will put a stop to the bleeding here in the first, but not before Salina Central gets on the board. It's a 1-1 ball game as we go to inning number 2 here on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
For over 90 years, when people go car shopping, they've been coming to Marshall Motors in Salina. Hi, this is Dan at Marshall Motors. The world has changed, but the way we do business remains the same. We promise you the right price, no pressure, and to be your trusted dealership for sales and service. For over 90 years, we've been treating people the way we want to be treated and watching them drive away with a smile and a great ride. Come see us in South Salina at Marshall Motors. We keep life moving.
On to inning number 2. We've got a 1-1 ball game with no hits yet on either side. Salina South was able to get Malia Koster aboard with a walk. She reached second and third on a pair of pass balls and then came in to score on kind of a wild sequence across the board. Meanwhile, Salina Central did more or less the same thing with a leadoff walk, 2 stolen bases, and Valerie Van Zandt, today's starting pitcher, coming in to score on a throwing error by the catcher. So that leaves us here. 1-1 is our score. We go to the second, and it will be Morgan Janaszek, Mackenzie Langer, and Chloe Helsel, your 3 to lead things off here for South. Janaszek was standing at the plate ready to go when the inning came to an end back in the second. And when I say a weird sequence, I mean a weird sequence because Malia Koster was aboard at third. It was runners at the corners. And with the pinch runner aboard at first, she was successfully swiped second. The run came in to score. The ball got away a little bit, and the pinch runner took off for third, got thrown out by a mile. And that is how the first inning came to a close. Going to be a mirror start to the first. Koster reached on a leadoff walk to start the first. Janaszek will reach on a leadoff walk to start the second. And just like that, Salina South in business with Mackenzie Langer coming to the plate next. Langer, another junior in this lineup, batting .294 on the year. Again, this is a team that across the board bats right about the 300 marker. And it's a team that really hasn't had to go all that deep necessarily. Salina South has only utilized 11 hitters on the season. A 1 pitch here is going to miss high. That'll allow Janaszek to move up to second base on a wild pitch. Langer now with a chance to potentially drive one in. Mackenzie Langer, the last of that group that I mentioned. 6 Lady Cougars atop this lineup that come into this game with double-digit RBI totals. 11 so far this season for the Lady Cougar center fielder. Boy, trying to add 2 there, comes up empty. And the count will go to 1-2. Langer getting some instruction from head coach Bria Vadrine down the third base line. Of course, Salina Central under the instruction of Alyssa Waldron. And here, strike 3 taken. It's going to be the 3rd strikeout of the day here for Van Zandt, her 2nd of the looking variety. And with 1 away, it brings up Chloe Helsel, today's left fielder for the Lady Cougars. Helsel, 1 of 3 down here at the bottom of the order that are still putting things together with the bat, but have been dangerous in spots. Here squaring to bunt and pulling it back as Helsel there. You see a big secondary lead from Janaszek, and really no reason not to. Nobody holding her on. You're not going to risk the back pick throw back down to second. Helsel trying to keep the inning rolling here. Only 1 down, but Van Zandt has been very good in the circle and comes up with another good pitch here. That'll be taken for a called strike. Sometimes there's not a lot you can do about that. Obviously, Van Zandt knows that Helsel wants to lay down this bunt. Here, Helsel ready to swing away, and there's a pitch right down the pipe. And the count goes to 1-2 here on Chloe Helsel. Lady Cougar Jr. back in the box. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And it's 4 strikeouts now for Valerie Van Zandt, as Helsel going to have a word with Hannah Gardner, perhaps about how to approach or attack this. But like I said, tough sledding anytime you have to face Valerie Van Zandt. Her ERA might be a little bit deceiving, but she has been a strikeout machine. Again, best exemplified in her last outing, 14 strikeouts in 7 innings against a good Hayes High team. Unfortunately, in that one, her team just did not have enough run support to get her the win. Here it's another big cut. It's another miss. And it's another 0-2 count, this time to Hannah Gardner. Gardner, another junior in the lineup. Matter of fact, the only non-upperclassman in the starting 9 for Salina South is sophomore Peyton Fritz. Everyone else is either a junior or a senior, and this is a South team that's only going to graduate 2 seniors in Malia Koster and Emily Newman next year. They will be bringing back a majority of this squad for the 2025 season. But right now, both of these teams trying to put themselves in a position to make some noise at regionals and maybe even get into the state tournament. Salina South at 11-7, trying to make one last push as this ball misses up and away. Good stop there by Banninger. You look at the recent form for these two teams, and it's been really, I would say, probably the best portion of both of these teams' seasons. Salina Central has easily gone through one of their better chapters this year as this ball's lifted in the air, and we'll talk more about it. Actually, maybe not, as that ball gets under the mitt there of Ostmeyer. Boy, it might have been blown by the wind a little bit. Either way, I would imagine that goes down as an error. And it's going to put runners at the corners with 2 away for Sadie Zizekam. Zizekam has been known more for her defensive abilities at second base this year, but she's come through with a timely hit every now and then. Right now, if you are Salina Central, you need this out in a bad way. 2 down in the inning. You do not want to face Malia Koster again. Zizekam is batting 167 on the year, getting on base at just a 231 clip. She's only got 6 hits, but 6 hits, 6 RBI. She has been a clutch hitter. Seems like every time she makes contact, she brings in at least 1 run to score. Finds herself behind 0-2 here, though. Zizekam has 9 strikeouts to her name, only 3 walks. Takes a pitch high, and the count goes to 1-2. Coach Vadrine, a big fan of the take, tells her starting second baseman to get back in the box. Van Zandt will deliver the 1-2, and again, it's fought off here by Zizekam. Just trying to stay defensive. Right now, South not getting overly aggressive with Hannah Gardner at first. Again, it's Janaszek at third base here, and there it is. Swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts to get out of the inning, and Salina South unable to strike despite having a runner just 60 feet away. We'll step away. We go to the home half of the second when we return here on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com, visit our 9th Street location in Salina, or call 309-1919.
To the home half of the second we go, and it will be the 5, 6, and 7 hole hitters due up here for Salina Central. Tyler Vidrickson, Katie Wagner, and Grace Osmeyer to lead things off for the Lady Mustangs. A 1-1 ball game. Both teams have scratched across a run. We've seen a total of 5 base runners reach, but neither team with a hit yet. This is a decent candidate, although picked up well by Gardner, and the throw to first in time to retire Tyler Vidrickson. That is 1 down here in the second. Mentioned the good performance that was had by Valerie Van Zant her last time out, a couple of outings ago. A really good performance by Salina South's very own Peyton Fritz. That came against the Lady Railers of Newton. And Peyton Fritz in a victory. Again, that final score 5-4 for Salina South. Got the win, went 7 complete innings, gave up just 4 runs, did not record any walks, and was able to strike out 6. Fritz with 1 strikeout through the first inning, delivers a good one here, and it's in for a called strike. Peyton Fritz does a couple of things that make her dangerous. Good velocity on the heater, and a really good ground ball pitcher, able to keep things down with the off speed. She'll come with a high rise ball every now and then, but it's a lot of that, as that ball is going to be picked by Zizakam. Tried to make a Jeter-esque throw, but it's Katie Wagner beating it out for the infield single. And a runner aboard here for Salina Central with 1 down. Grace Osmeyer will be the next to grab a bat, batting .361, coming into the Hayes Series. 13 hits on the year, including a trio of runs batted in. We'll be looking for a chance to do more here, although clearly the infield expecting bunt. Corners in, middle infielders back at double play depth. A chance to roll 2 and get out of this inning. And the first pitch misses in the dirt. Good block there by Emily Newman. Newman is a fantastic defensive catcher. There are a lot of runners that never make it to scoring position simply because she keeps everything in front. Next pitch is on its way. Big swing and a miss. Tipped into the mitt there of Newman, and the count goes even at 1-1. Of course, Newman is one of 2 players for this Salina South team that'll be playing at the next level next year. Heading to St. Louis Community College. Another pitch here from Fritz, misses low. The other is the other senior, Malia Koster, who will play for Cloud Community College a season from now. Koster, the lone all-ABCTL returner from a year ago. 2-1 from Fritz. Breaking pitch in sweeper. Catches the corner, and the count goes even at 2-2. Just 1 down in the inning. Corners have been pulled back here to standard depth, and a ball that's going to be chopped. Koster goes the short way for 1. Zizakam will eat it up, and it's a fielder's choice for Grace Osmeyer, but it's 2 down in the inning here for Salina Central for Brooke Banninger. Coming into the Hayes Series, Banninger, in a smaller sample size, had put together one of the more ridiculous seasons that you'll see. 714 average, only 5 hits coming into that series. But has done some really good work. Here, though, going to roll one that'll be picked there by Zizakam, who throws the short way, and that will end the second inning. Still a 1-1 tie here on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Back with more when we return here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
Opus Plasma Skin Resurfacing at Salina Medical Aesthetics is similar to traditional laser skin treatments. It uses thermal energy to produce anti-aging results as opposed to traditional laser energy. There's minimal downtime, and each session only takes about 45 minutes. Most patients see a noticeable difference with just one procedure. Treat moderate to deep wrinkles, fine lines, sagging skin, rough patches, poor skin tone, and sunspots. Opus is a fantastic treatment for anti-aging. For a free consultation, contact Salina Medical Aesthetics and learn more at salinamedesthetics.org.
Springtime is here and we're on the go. Visit Commercial Tire Center and get ready to roll. We're driving more and more and getting ready for springtime activities. From the smallest lawnmower tires to passenger tires, farm tires, and the largest truck tires. Call Commercial Tire for repairs that aren't tire related. Our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Top of the order due up here for Salina South. It'll be Malia Koster, Emily Newman, and Macy Yost to lead off the third here. Another inning of work for Valerie Van Zandt. So far, so good for Van Zandt. It's been a similar start to the one we saw against Hayes, where her defense might wonder if they should have brought some lawn chairs to the ball game here. She's retired 6. 5 of them have been via the strikeout, so only one ball that's even been put in play. Aside from that, though, just a healthy dose. And a matter of fact, there's not been a single recorded out through the first 2 innings for this Central defense. It's been 5 strikeouts and a runner thrown out trying to advance. Here's a ball hit well down into the right center field gap. That'll get down at 1 hops to the fence, and it's a stand-up double for Malia Koster to lead off the third here. Salina South is in business once again, and they've got the top of the lineup continuing here with Emily Newman grabbing a bat. Newman today 0 for 1 with a swinging strikeout. That came back in the first inning. Looking to remedy that here from her spot in the 2-hole. Big rivalry series here. Crosstown rivals going at it. Big swing and a miss for Newman. And, of course, it always means more for the seniors involved. Newman and Koster know this is their last crack at Salina Central. 2 players that, as far as I understand, have not lost a game to Salina Central. Looking to keep that stretch going. But this is not the same Central team that some of these Lady Cougars have become accustomed to playing. The program is certainly trending in the right direction, and that praise was given not only by people in and around the community, but we heard that from Bria Vadrine as well. Said that this is a team that's been a lot of fun to take on the last couple of years. They've gotten in some really good battles, but historically this has been Salina South's rivalry to lose, at least here recently. And the Lady Cougars looking to keep that good work up here as Newman will foul another pitch away, and the count stays at 1-2. Koster, of course, came in to score the first run of the day. That was back in inning number 1. Another 1-2 pitch from Van Zandt. Another big swing and a miss, and it's 2 strikeouts to start the game for Emily Newman to bring up Macy Yost. Yost got caught looking her first time up. That came back in the first inning as well. Again, it was back-to-back strikeouts following the leadoff walk here. Almost takes one off of the elbow, but able to get out of the way. And the count will start 1-0 here to Macy Yost. Yost digs back in. Didn't have a chance to give her numbers the first time up. A 404 hitter. This one laced into the gap, but a leaping catch is going to be made. Oh my goodness, Maddie Crow. What a catch. Koster's going to tag and move up to third, but that is a heck of a snag for Maddie Crow in center. Got on her horse fast, and it's 2 down in the inning to bring up Peyton Fritz. Fritz able to reach on a walk her first time up. Again, this is arguably the most dangerous bat in either lineup today. And she will, well, time's going to be called for first as Coach Waldron wants to come out, and I think she wants to appeal that Malia Koster tagged up too early and advanced to the bag. Of course, Central, I think, still has to throw the ball back to second and tag the bag just in case if they want to appeal. But yeah, right now they are saying there's nothing strange afoot, and we will continue. So again, best on best. These are the matchups you pay to see. Valerie Van Zandt in the circle, Peyton Fritz at the dish. So far, Fritz reached on a walk here, tries to muscle that one out, and tips it foul as the count will start at 0-1. Van Zandt got ahead in the count to start the first at bat to Fritz, then fell behind and ultimately was just not able to catch back up. Here, though, she is going to start ahead in the count 0-2. And Valerie Van Zandt has got some options. Again, Fritz has been big about putting the ball in play this year. Only 7 strikeouts, only 7 walks. Majority of the time, Fritz finds a way to, at the very least, get the barrel on it as that ball is going to sail back to the backstop. It bounces right back to Banninger. Backstops here, you've got the padding along the bottom. You got the chain link across the top. Anything that hits the padding's got a good chance to bounce back to the catcher. That is a fortunate bounce for Salina Central as this pitch will miss away. And the count goes to 2-2 here on the Lady Cougar cleanup hitter. Peyton Fritz trying to give her team the lead here in the third. Van Zant delivers the 2-2. That is laced foul. And the count will stay right where it's at. This is going to be a good battle. We'll probably see it one more time before the end of this one. Van Zant, no stranger to going complete games here. Another 2-2. And another foul ball, and we will do it again. Peyton Fritz is just a tough out across the board. Like I said, Fritz gets on base at a 476 clip. She is slugging a cool 889 on the year. Third 2-2 of the at-bat. That ball lifted to straightaway center. Crow settles under it shy of the warning track and makes the catch. And that will end the third inning, or at least the top half. We go to the home half of inning number 3 when we return. It's our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in here on our Game of the Week here on the Salina Post Sports Network. Glad to be bringing you coverage of this one. Tyler Henry alongside you. Olivia Bergmeyer handling all of our camera and production duties today. And Salina Central bringing the 9-1 and 2-hole hitters to bat in a tie ball game, a crosstown rivalry, and a 1-1 contest as we go to the home half of inning number 3. It'll be Taylor Gary, Valerie Van Zant. Boy, Gary on that one, but pops it right to Zyzacom. Barely gave me time to introduce her, but 1 pitch, 1 out. Good efficiency there for Peyton Fritz, and it will bring the top of the order back to bat here in the third. Valerie Van Zant, who reached on a walk and came in to score on a base-running adventure, will be the next to bat here. Van Zant, again, officially has not recorded an at-bat as she reached on the walk back in the first inning. Maddie Crow, the center fielder who's already made a couple of really good catches, will bring up the third spot in this half inning as Fritz misses high and away, and the count goes 2-2-0. The stolen base that Van Zant was able to reach on, it was just an aggressive drop ball. I talked earlier in the broadcast about how
Bennington State Bank
Peyton Fritz likes to keep things low, and it was one that it kind of looked like Crow might have gotten a bat on, but did not make contact. It just went right in between the legs of Newman, got away momentarily, and allowed the runner to advance to second. But that's how Central got back on the board. Again, both teams scoring 1 run without the strength of a single hit back in the first inning. And that has led us to where we are now. 3-1 the count to Van Zant. Fritz at risk of walking her for a second time today. And will do just that. Back-to-back walks to start this game for Valerie Van Zant. This one comes with 1 away in the inning. And it will bring Maddie Crow back to the plate. Crow 0 for 1 with a looking strikeout back in the first. Corners are going to come in here once again to play Crow, who may bunt, will likely slap. Again, is going to get a running start towards the pitcher. And here, boy, almost places one perfectly over the head of Gardner at third. But that's what it allows you to do. You're not going to get anything crazy as far as power is concerned, but it gives Crow a chance to just kind of throw the bat at the ball and put it where she wants it. And it's worked out well for her. Again, batting down in the 2-hole. Crow bats .432. She has 19 hits, only 2 of the extra base variety, a singles machine. And boy, took that one right off the foot of Newman, who's going to take a moment and walk that off. Normally when a catcher or a batter gets shaken up, you'll see the umpire come out and take his time, brush off the plate. Of course, that's a little harder to do here on the all-turf surface at Salina South High School. But Newman's a trooper, and she is back in and ready to go as Maddie Crow will return to the box. 0-2 the count. Fritz looking for the second out of the inning, and it's going to be a comebacker. She's going to barehand it. Throw to first is in and out of the mitt. Turning for third now is Van Zandt, and she'll be in without a throw. Boy, that was a good play for Fritz to barehand the ball back to her, but the toss to first is in and out of the mitt of Yost. So Crow reaches on the air. Van Zandt moves up to third, and all of a sudden, Salina Central is in business with runners at the corners and only one out. Harper Turpin grabs a bat now, 0 for 1, a ground out to second, her first time up. And the first pitch to her will miss. Runner's going to move up here. It's a stolen base for Maddie Crow. And it's now 2 runners in scoring position with 1 away here in the third. Great opportunity for Harper Turpin, who will consult the armband. Steps back in. Pitch on the way. Misses low. Another stop there for Newman. And the count goes to 2-0. All of a sudden, Fritz, who typically just hammers the zone, starting to toy around with it a little bit. And has fallen behind in the count on the last 2 hitters. Now squaring to bunt, getting down a beauty down the line. They try to flip it home. There was no time and there was no force. And there was nobody covering second base. Had Harper Turpin turned and taken a look, she probably could have taken second. But it's going to be a bunt single for Harper Turpin. Boy, she couldn't have... If you handed her that ball and asked her to just roll it where she wanted it, that's where she would have put it. So it's an RBI bunt single, and it brings up the cleanup hitter, Ellie Rykoff, as Salina Central has taken the lead. Valerie Van Zandt comes in to score the run. Maddie Crow moves up to third. And Ellie Rykoff, who is 0 for 1 with a fly out to right, is going to top this one. It's picked up. The throw to first is in time. But another out traded for a run here. And Salina Central now with a 3-1 advantage here in this contest. With Ellie Rykoff driving in the run, it'll be Turpin moving up to second. And it'll be Tyler Vidrickson coming to the plate. RBI ground out gives the edge back to the Lady Mustangs. 2 across here in the inning. Vidrickson and Wagner, your 2 due up next. Vidrickson today 0 for 1 with a ground out. That came back in the second. 1-0 to her, called strike, sweeps across the outer half, and the count goes even at 1-1. It's also worth noting that of the 3 runs Salina Central has scored, none of them reached on a hit. Valerie Van Zandt reached on 2 walks, and Maddie Crow reached on an error on a ball that went in and out of the mid of the first baseman. Got a great crowd on hand here at Salina South High School. Again, a beautiful facility here in Salina as Fritz will deliver the 1-2. That ball is going to be chopped to third. It's picked up by Gardner. The throw to first is in time, and that will put a stop to the third inning. But not before the Lady Mustangs jump out to a 3-1 lead. They strike for 2. Back with more when we return. This is our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
For over 90 years, when people go car shopping, they've been coming to Marshall Motors in Salina. Hi, this is Dan at Marshall Motors. The world has changed, but the way we do business remains the same. We promise you the right price, no pressure, and to be your trusted dealership for sales and service. For over 90 years, we've been treating people the way we want to be treated and watching them drive away with a smile and a great ride. Come see us in South Salina at Marshall Motors. We keep life moving.
We go to inning number 4. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hole hitters due up here for the Lady Cougars. Morgan Janaszek, Mackenzie Langer, and Chloe Helzel. And Janaszek, so far today, reached on a walk that came back in the second inning. She was stranded aboard at third, as Salina South has been stranding runners 60 feet away in multiple occasions. They would have stranded another runner over at third base had the pinch runner who came in for Peyton Fritz not got herself thrown out. But right now, a fresh inning to work with. The Lady Cougars down by 2 as we go again to the top half of the 4th. And a ball that is popped up will get out of play, and the count goes even at 1-1. I was talking a little bit earlier in the broadcast about how these two teams have been closing out the year as we head into really the home stretch of it now. For Salina Central, this is far and away the best stretch of their season. After a bit of a slow start, granted they played some really good opponents. This ball's popped out, the catch made by Ostmeyer. It's 1 down for Mackenzie Langer. But you look at the start of the season, this is a Central team that started the year 2-10. Since then, they have won 5 of their last 8. Including 2 of their last 3, a clean sweep of Hutch and a split with Hayes. Meanwhile, for Salina South, it's been a bit up and down. They got off to a really hot start. They had a lull through the middle of the season, but ever since that lull has come down, they have won 5 of their last 6, as this ball is going to be laced out to right, but Van Zant will look up. That's Lily Van Zant, and make the catch for out number 2. So Chloe Helzel, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout, will come to bat now for Salina South. But you go back and look at Salina South's last 4 doubleheaders. They got a sweep with Mays, they swept Hutch, they swept Newton, and they split their series with Mays South. And a lot of their wins this year have come with Peyton Fritz in the circle. Again, Fritz is 10-3. The rest of the team combined is 1-4. So 10 of the 11 wins for the Lady Cougars have come with Fritz on the hill. Her run support has only let her down once. I believe that came in a 6-1 loss against Derby. Here it's an inside pitch for a called strike. Of course, across town right now, the Salina South and Salina Central baseball teams doing battle at Dean Evans. We've got coverage of that one live over at the Dean as well. Adam Coulter on the call, bringing you coverage of that one on Salina Post just a few miles down the road. Here it's a 3-1 count to Chloe Helzel. Valerie Van Zant delivers the pitch. It's in for a called strike, and the count is full. Here to the Lady Cougar left fielder. Helzel back in the box and ready to go. The payoff pitch, it's going to be lifted out to right. The catch is made on the run. Lily Van Zant almost lost it, but is able to make back-to-back outs and get the Lady Cougars out of trouble, or off the base path. We go now to the home half of inning number 4. Still a 3-1 lead for the Lady Mustangs. Back with more when we return. Our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Apologies for some light technical difficulties, but I believe everything all cleared up now, and we are ready to resume as we head to the home half. Again, a little bizarre to say that, but the home half of inning number 4, about halfway home from Salina South High School. And Salina South, the visitors today, the two sharing a lot of facilities here in Salina, but I have to say, it's allowed them to build some really beautiful facilities across the board. You look at Salina Stadium, the home of both the Salina South and Salina Central football teams. You got a great facility here as this ball is going to be rolled to short, picked up by Coster, throw to first in time, and Katie Wagner retired for the first down of the inning. Katie Wagner, Grace Ostmeyer, and Brooke Banninger, your 3-2 up for Salina Central. So Ostmeyer, who reached on a fielder's choice back in the second, will come to the plate now. But to go back and finish that thought, the facilities that these teams play on are also going to be utilized by Keisha coming up a little bit later this spring. Of course, here at Salina South High School, this will be the host facility for the 4A state softball tournament. And Dean Evans Stadium in Salina will be the host site for the 4A state baseball tournament. So I got some good stuff coming up here locally in Salina. Right now an 0-2 count. Fritz ahead of Ostmeyer. Just the one strikeout today for Peyton Fritz. It came of the looking variety back in the first, but she will add a swinging strikeout here. And it's 2 gone in the fourth for Brooke Banninger. Banninger, the catcher, batting down in the 8-hole today, 0 for 1 with a ground out to second. That came back in the second inning. Fritz looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning. It would be the first for Salina South if they were able to get it. The first 1-2-3 inning for Central came on the other side as they were able to work a quick fourth. Fritz will get a called strike on the outside here. And the count goes even at 1-1. We'll see. Fritz has been getting that call on the outer half. We'll see if she goes back to that well a few more times and tries to keep the hitters off balance. This time giving chase is Banninger, who's going to bring the count to 1-2. Banninger back to work. Trying to get defensive here. Fritz delivers the 1-2 pitch. And again, it's going to be fought off back onto the roof of the shed. Beautiful day for some baseball. A little bit warm here. Maybe a preview of summer if you want to call it that. 90 degrees, all sunshine here in Salina. And some pleasant weather after some really windy and rainy conditions over the weekend. Ready now with the 2-2. Misses high, and the count goes full. Good patience by Banninger. Certainly not going down without a fight. And will stand back in. And at the ready. Watches that away. Whoa. Called strike 3. Not sure where that one was, but it's going to go down as a strikeout. All right. Well, there's your 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 5th. Back with more when we return on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital-grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com, visit our 9th Street location in Salina, or call 309-1919.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
Well, after a scoreless fourth, we go to inning number 5 here on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Got a good one for you. Again, just a reminder, regardless of result, we will have coverage of game number 2 of this doubleheader set coming your way. That'll be about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one, as a first pitch swinging Hannah Gardner will pop this high in the air. That's going to fall in the field. No, it's foul. I can't see. That's on me. Boy, and you see right now Coach Vadrine tearing into Hannah Gardner saying, hey, you pop that up, you got to run. Gardner stayed in the box. Had that dropped fair, there still would have been time for Central to record the out. That one is hit much better out in the gap in left center. It's got a chance. It is gone. Hannah Gardner, take a bow. That ball blasted out to left center field. It's going to get the Lady Cougars back within 1 run. And for Hannah Gardner, it is her 2nd home run of the year.
Mustangs 3, Cougars 2.
Well, that'll solve the problem. First one popped up a mile high. Didn't go very far. That one was roped. Solo shot for Hannah Gardner after the ball kind of fell in that Bermuda Triangle. And it will bring Sadie Zizicom to the plate. Zizicom, the Lady Cougar second baseman, 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. Takes strike 1 here. You wonder if this is the kind of hitter that Van Zant might want to get a little aggressive with and just kind of go right at. Van Zant still pitched well. Again, she's only given up 2 hits this whole game. She has allowed a whopping total of 6 base runners. That's been it. Standing back in the box here is Zizicom. Count even at a ball and a strike. Pitch on the way. Zizicom pops this one up. Banninger chases it back to the screen and can't locate that as it blows back over her head. And the count goes to 1-2. Of course, if the catch was made, not necessarily on Banninger, it fell between 3 different players, but Hannah Gardner could have been out on that ball down the line. Big chance coming here. Sadie Zizicom. We'll see if she can find a way to capitalize, and instead fouls this back to the screen. Zizicom, if she can get on base, has got good speed. Again, only 6 hits on the year. And of those 6 hits, 2 doubles, a couple of the extra base variety, will take a pitch high and away. That will even the count at 2-2 here. Zizicom, unfortunately, has been susceptible to the strikeout pitch. 9 Ks on the year, only 3 walks. Takes another pitch here, though, to fill the count. Sadie Zizicom looking to keep the inning rolling. Her team down by 1, and she is going to reach on a walk. Sadie Zizicom, aboard with nobody out here, represents the tying run. That brings up Malia Koster. Koster has reached base twice today, a walk back in the first. She came in to score the first run of the day for the Lady Cougars, and then reached on a double back in the third and was stranded at third base. Pitch misses here, up and away. Banninger thought about it. Elects to leave it be, though, with a big secondary lead taken off the bag by Zizicom. You wonder if Salina South might want to utilize the speed of Zizicom at some point here, taking some pretty sizable secondaries. But for now, the count goes to 2-0 here on the Lady Cougar leadoff hitter. Malia Koster back in the box, pitch on the way, and that one is ripped. It's got a chance. It is gone. 2-run shot for Malia Koster. And the Lady Cougars will take the lead. That one cranked into the gap in left center. A no-doubter from Malia Koster, her 3rd home run of the year. 2 home runs here in the 5th inning have taken the Lady Cougars from down 2 to up 1, and that's going to prompt a conversation in the circle here as Coach Waldron comes out and wants to have a word with her starting pitcher. Got to be careful with the rise ball up. That one elevated perhaps a little too much. And things not going to get any easier with Emily Newman and Macy Yost due up next. Still nobody out here in the inning. So they will break the huddle there. Again, top half of the 5th inning coming your way. And it will be Emily Newman who's trying to avoid the hat trick at the plate. Newman so far today, 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts, both swinging. Takes the first pitch for a called strike here, falls behind in the count at 0-1. Newman stands back in. Van Zant ready to go, delivers the pitch. Big swing and a ball tipped foul. And for the third time in as many at-bats, Emily Newman falls behind at 0-2. So Newman going to have to get protective here. Van Zant has 6 strikeouts today, 2 of them to her, but Newman able to take an outbreaker that time, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Newman trying to raise that average north of the 300 marker. 1-2, misses away. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Newman staying patient, looking to pick out a pitch and drive it. 2-2 on the way. Checks down. They will appeal, and she went. That is the hat trick for Emily Newman. It is 1 down in the inning for Salina Central, but it brings Macy Yost to the dish. Fortunately for Central, Yost is 0 for 2, although you can look at that one of 2 ways. Either it means she's having an off day or it means she's due for a big hit. Yost hit a liner that went straight to Crow in center. Her last time up is 0 for 2 with that and a looking strikeout. That came back in the first inning. Macy Yost ready for the 0-1. Called strike. That up and away pitch has been called a strike here on both ends. Something the hitters are just going to have to adjust to, as this ball brought in a little bit is fouled away. And the count goes, or rather stays, at 0-2 here on Yost. Yost earlier today struck out for just the 4th time this season. Does not strike out often. And gets a hold of one here, but there's not nearly deep enough, although Gary lost it in left and then lost track of the ball. That is a brutal error out in left field. Macy Yost is going to be aboard at second. That ball was all the way in the mid there. It looked like of Taylor Gary, and then just popped loose on her. So that brings up Peyton Fritz. Could arguably have been 2 outs. Fritz also due for a big hit. We'll watch this miss down and in. Salina South as a team came into this game with 14 home runs. Of those 14, Fritz has 6. Rise ball up, sky to mile high. Banninger, that dropped 2. And they're going to say it's a foul ball. That one fell in the batter's box, or in the lane between the batter's boxes, and just out of play. So Fritz comes back, gets ready to go once again with a 1-1 count. I think everybody involved in that play is probably satisfied with the result. Obviously, if that's fair, Fritz is aboard at first. But Fritz wants to swing away. And she's going to sky another one. Vidrickson can't find it. There is some wind here today. There are some other factors at play, but Salina Central has left a lot of outs out there on the field on these infield pop-ups. And if there's one player you don't want to give extra opportunities to, it's this one. Again, Peyton Fritz slugging .889 on the year. Today is 0 for 1 with a walk. And again, she will pop one up. And this time, the catch is made by Banninger. It's 2 away. That is a big out recorded by the Lady Mustangs. It brings up Morgan Janaszek. And the nightmare inning is nearly over for Salina Central, but they've still got one more big out left to get. Janaszek 0 for 1 with a walk. Popped up on the infield herself, back to first base. And we'll watch the first pitch miss up and away as the count starts at 1-0. Coming into this inning, Valerie Van Zant had allowed just 1 hit in this game. Unfortunately for her, the next 2 that she surrendered both left the ballpark, as Salina South has jumped out to a 4-3 lead. Still one swing away from tying this thing up, though, if you're Central. Would love to give themselves a chance to stick around here. Obviously, a good amount of softball left to be played. And Central with plenty of outs left to give as they are the home team in this two-game set. 3-0 pitch. Misses in the dirt. Going to be a walk here. Issued to Janaszek. Second time today she's been put aboard for free. And it brings up Mackenzie Langer. 6 dangerous hitters at the top of the order. Langer, the last of those 6. 15 hits, 11 driven in, 1 home run, 1 triple, and a pair of doubles this year, and will take the first pitch high and away. So suddenly Van Zandt struggling to locate just a little bit. Just looking to settle things back down here as time is going to be called. And we may have a pitching change just yet. And we will. So we'll step away, update you on the new pitcher when we come back. It's our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
Opus Plasma Skin Resurfacing at Salina Medical Aesthetics is similar to traditional laser skin treatments. It uses thermal energy to produce anti-aging results as opposed to traditional laser energy. There's minimal downtime, and each session only takes about 45 minutes. Most patients see a noticeable difference with just one procedure. Treat moderate to deep wrinkles, fine lines, sagging skin, rough patches, poor skin tone, and sunspots. Opus is a fantastic treatment for anti-aging. For a free consultation, contact Salina Medical Aesthetics and learn more at salinamedesthetics.org.
Springtime is here and we're on the go. Visit Commercial Tire Center and get ready to roll. We're driving more and more and getting ready for springtime activities. From the smallest lawnmower tires to passenger tires, farm tires, and the largest truck tires. Call Commercial Tire for repairs that aren't tire related. Our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Welcome back in here on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Our new pitcher will be Bailey Bruce. We'll tell you more about her in just a moment, but in the meantime, we have got a whole Sudoku puzzle of defensive shifts to let you know about. Valerie Van Zandt will go from pitcher to short. That'll move Wagner from short to center, and that will move Crow from center to left, which bumps Gary off the field defensively. New pitcher coming into the game is Bailey Bruce. This is just her 7th appearance of the year. She will be pitching to the tune of 15 2/3 innings, an 8.04 ERA so far, and has 10 strikeouts compared to 9 walks, so has struggled a bit with some of the control here. But facing the bottom of the order, it'll be Mackenzie Langer at the plate right now. 2 aboard. Macy Yost, who reached on an error, aboard at second. Morgan Janaszek, who reached on a walk, aboard at first. And Mackenzie Langer, who is 0 for 2 at the plate. First pitch to Langer, misses away. Boy, you see the runners ready to go at any opportunity. South has been kind of a terror on the base pass throughout the course of the season. They've manufactured a lot of runs that way. But it's been through the power here in this game, as 3 of the 4 runs for the Lady Cougars have come in on 2 big home runs. Another pitch misses inside here. Bruce trying to get those control numbers down. Again, 9 walks to 10 strikeouts on the season. Has fallen behind in the count at 2-1. Pitch to Langer. Again, misses. This one gets away. Both runners are going to move up. Throw to third is blocked. But that's going to allow Janaszek to move up to second. It allows Macy Yost to move up to third. And it's now 2 in scoring position with 2 down for Mackenzie Langer. Langer on the year, 11 RBI. Would love to add to that total. We'll have to wait as she pulls the trigger, fouls that off, and the count is full. Salina South had trailed for a majority of this game, but they got back in it with a solo shot from Hannah Gardner, a 2-run home run from Malia Koster. Payoff pitch is going to be fouled away. You give credit to Osmeyer for giving that a go down the line. That would have been a SportsCenter top 10 worthy catch had she found a way. But the count remains full here to Mackenzie Langer. A strikeout back in the second, a line out in the fourth. The payoff pitch, it's going to be hit weakly to third. It's picked up there. Vidrickson sails the throw, and that's going to score 2 runs. Turning to take second is Mackenzie Langer. She will hold up there without a throw, And another error for Salina Central will allow 2 Lady Cougars to score. It is now a 6-3 Salina South lead. Tough break for the Lady Mustangs, as both Yost and Janaszek are going to come in to score. Almost all of the damage for the Lady Cougars has been done in this half inning. And it's Chloe Helzel now at the plate. First pitch to Helzel. Misses at the knees. And the count starts at 1-0. Bailey Bruce just trying to record one more out to get her team out of the inning. And that's not going to help as she plunks Chloe Helzel. And that puts another runner aboard here. So Hannah Gardner, who started all of this with a solo home run earlier in this inning, will come to bat for the second time in the frame. Langer moves up. Again, was already at second following the throwing error. First pitch misses high. And the count goes to 1-0. Expecting to see probably Katie Wagner pitch game number 2, trying to keep that arm fresh. As this one misses in the dirt. There is a throw back to second. Not nearly in time. Try the aggressive back pick that time. Did Banninger. So again, Gardner at the plate is officially 1 for 1 today. She reached on an error as well. This one misses outside, and all of a sudden the count is 3-0. So Gardner going to be keeping the bat on the shoulder. Cannot imagine that we would see her offer at this next pitch. And it suddenly falls to the pitcher not to walk her, and she will, and now the bases are loaded. So Gardner to first on the walk, Helzel, who was hit by a pitch, up to second, and Mackenzie Langer, who reached on the error, moves to third. And the nightmare simply will not end for Salina Central. But Sadie Zizicom at the plate. I'm not trying to pick on Sadie Zizicom. She's an excellent defensive player, has just struggled at times with the bat. But like I said, Sadie's had a habit when she has gotten hits of finding ways to drive in runs. Today, a walk, a run scored, and a strikeout. Again, Zizicom on the year, only 6 hits, but 6 runs driven in, and that ball momentarily got away from Banninger. That's the other thing you can't have if you're Salina Central. But you got to remember the top of the order, including Malia Coster, is coming up next. Coster has been on a tear today. You do not want her to get another at-bat this inning. The 1-1 misses high. Sadie Zizicom reached on just her 4th walk of the season, her last time up. Trying to get things back to the top of the order. Bases loaded for Salina South. A chance to break this game open, but a called strike is going to even the count at 2-2, and that's a big pitch for Bailey Bruce. Langer at third, Helzel at second, Gardner at first. Payoff pitch, gets away, run coming across, and she will score. As sliding home safely is Mackenzie Langer. Everybody else moves up a station, and it's a 7-3 lead with 6 runs across in this inning alone for the Lady Cougars. Helzel moves up to third in the chaos. Gardner moves up to second. Insult to injury, there's now no force at any bag. That was the advantage that Central had a moment ago. And the 2-2 misses, or the 3-2 misses as well, and that's going to be another walk. So Sadie Zizicom, who had walked 3 times all season, is going to walk twice in the same inning. And the bases are loaded again for Malia Coster, and this is the last thing you want to see if you're Salina Central. Coster's had herself a day. A 2-run home run, a double, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Has been absolutely electric at the plate. Right now, it's Chloe Helzel aboard at third. It's Gardner at second. It's Zizicom at first. And it's an early 1-0 count here to Coster, who will take this pitch right back to the pitcher. Bruce able to record the out, and that will put a stop to the bleeding here in the 5th. But not before Salina South comes out and strikes for 6 big runs. They take a 7-3 lead as we go to the home half of inning number 5. It's our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in here as we go to the home half of inning number 5. Peyton Fritz back on. She will face the 9, 1, and 2-hole hitters. It'll be Taylor Gary, Valerie Van Zant, and Maddie Crow. And the Lady Mustangs, who led the way 3-1 going into the 5th, now find themselves in dire straits. They are down 7-3, and they are down to their final 9 outs. Still plenty of softball left to be played, but Central needs some runs, and they need them quickly. And Peyton Fritz on the other side of things started to heat things back up in the 4th. Again, she had just 1 strikeout through the first 3 innings, came back and struck out 2 of the 3 in the 4th after retiring the side in short order. First pitch misses away here as the count goes to 1-2. Got to think it'll take Fritz maybe some time to warm back up. That was a long half inning for the Lady Cougars, who are now back in the field. 1-2 misses high, and the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Taylor Gary today 0 for 1 with a pop-up to second. Gary on the season, a .286 hitter. Stands back in, good block in the dirt, but Fritz, who was up in the count 0-2, now fills the count at 3-2. Top of the order looming. Fritz trying to be careful. Payoff pitch on the way. That is low and inside, and Taylor Gary is going to take her base. Actually, a quick correction. That's Bailey Bruce batting in place of Taylor Gary after all the lineup shifting shenanigans. Top of the order back up, though, now. It's Valerie Van Zant, who has reached on 2 walks and come around to score 2 runs. And she will flare one to short. Coster comes in and makes a quick catch. And it's 1 down here in the 5th for Salina South. So with Bailey Bruce aboard at first, it will fall now to Maddie Crow to try to, at the very least, move the runner around. Although at this point, Salina Central with some work to do. Down by 4. Crow today has reached on an error. She came in to score back in the 3rd inning. Aside from that, 0 for 1 with a strikeout here. Slaps one. That's going to get down. Everyone's going to be safe. And Maddie Crow, slap hit excellence, just continues here. That's going to be an infield single for Crow. And it's 2 aboard here for the Lady Mustangs with Harper Turpin, who got a bunt single RBI back in the 3rd, coming to bat next. So Bruce moves up to second. It'll be Crow aboard at first. It's Harper Turpin, who's 1 for 2 at the plate, takes a big cut and comes up empty to start herself down at 0-1. Fritz's 0-1 pitch in the dirt. Count will even at a ball and a strike. Right now, Salina South with a big lead to protect. Another pitch outside the zone. That one puts the count to 2 balls and a strike here. Fritz just looking to settle in, record 2 more quick outs, and a ball that is going to be skied up. The catch made there by Yost, and it's another infield pop-up, second of the inning. Puts 2 away here for Ellie Rykoff. Rykoff on the day, 0 for 2 with an RBI ground out. A fly out to right, a ground out to third. First pitch in for a called strike. And the count goes to 0-1.
I got privileges, though. We don't even get it. Yeah, come on.
Rykoff digs back in. Next pitch misses inside. Still just the infield single and the walk so far for Salina Central to get their 2 aboard. Just trying to chip away at this lead little by little. And this ball is going to be slapped into center field. That gets down in front of Langer. There's going to be a throw cut off. Wisely not trying to throw home. That's going to be an RBI single for Ellie Rykoff. And that's exactly what Salina Central needs. Again, just whittle it down pitch by pitch. RBI single for Rykoff, her second RBI of the day. And it's Tyler Vidrickson for the 3rd time in this contest, grabbing a bat down in the 5-hole. This ball popped up, drifting out, coming in from right, making the catch is Janaszek. And that will put a stop to the 5th inning, but not before the Lady Mustangs get a run back on the board. It's now a 7-5 ball game here on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
For over 90 years, when people go car shopping, they've been coming to Marshall Motors in Salina. Hi, this is Dan at Marshall Motors. The world has changed, but the way we do business remains the same. We promise you the right price, no pressure, and to be your trusted dealership for sales and service. For over 90 years, we've been treating people the way we want to be treated and watching them drive away with a smile and a great ride. Come see us in South Salina at Marshall Motors. We keep life moving.
Welcome back in here on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Got a pinch hitter, I believe, coming in as Talon Herbal will grab a bat for Emily Newman in the 2-hole. Newman, of course, picked up the dreaded hat trick, an 0 for 3 start with 3 strikeouts. And that will lead Herbal to come to bat here for the first time in this series. Another inning of work coming here for Bailey Bruce. Got touched up a bit back in the 5th inning, but does take over here for today's starter in Valerie Van Zandt. Get you a final line on Van Zandt when we can, but for now, it's Herbal at the dish again here for the first time, and the first pitch to her is a cross for a called strike on the outer half. Herbal back at the plate. Pitch fouled back to the screen. Count goes to 0-2 now as Herbal finds herself in a hole. Trying not to continue the conga line of strikeouts here from the 2-hole. Again, the 2-hole collectively 0 for 3 to start. Great chance for Bailey Bruce to get her first strikeout, and she will do just that. It's a swing and a miss. It's the first K of the day for Bailey Bruce. And it's 1 down here for the Lady Cougars to bring Macy Yost back to the plate. Yost so far today 0 for 2, reached on an error, came in to score back in the 5th inning. And will foul the first pitch that she sees away to start the count off at 0-1. Bruce takes a long look out, consults the armband, and will deliver the pitch, and that'll miss high and away. Bruce back to work here. Pitch to Yost. Again, misses down and out. And just trying to settle in and locate a few of these here. Again, Bruce put a couple of costly runners on for free back in the 5th inning. Right now, 2-1, pitch on the way. And that'll miss at the knees. Count goes to 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, the count here on Yost. Pitch to her, gonna miss in the dirt. It's another walk. And it's a free runner aboard now for Peyton Fritz. Fritz having an uncharacteristically quiet day at the plate. Is officially 0 for 2 with a walk. Since coming in, nobody's gotten a hit yet off of Bailey Bruce, but she has put 5 runners on for free. A hit batsman and then 4 walks. First pitch to Fritz. It's going to be lifted high in the air out to right field. Van Zandt can't find it. And just problems in the field continue for Salina Central. Their 4th error of the day. And a lot of free runners coming around. Again, so far, 7 runs have come to score here for Salina South. Only 4 of them have been earned. And Peyton Fritz going to be aboard on yet another costly error in the field. And it's been all on pop-ups, a couple of throwing errors here and there. Macy Yost moves up to 3rd in the chaos. And Morgan Janaszek, who is 0 for 1 but has reached on 2 walks, is at the plate now. Courtesy runner in for Fritz, takes off for second. Pump fake of the throw back down the other way. Pinch runner aboard at second now. I believe that is Brecken Webb. 2 in scoring position, though. Great chance for Salina South to come across and tack a few more on. But a called strike is going to put Morgan Janaszek down in an 0-2 hole. She'll have to find the shovel and dig her way out. Bruce back to work. 0-2, misses low, goes 5-hole there on Banninger, and now there's a little traffic jam, but it won't cause any problems as the pinch runner who came in for Fritz is able to scramble back to second base before that became a problem. Got to be careful with the spacing there. Next pitch on the way, the 1-2. Misses at the knees, and the count goes even.
I'll let her announce the next thing. Okay, clear.
The 2-2 is popped up, drifting over near the line, and the catch made by Ostmeyer. That is a big second out here for Salina South, and it brings Mackenzie Langer back to bat here. Langer reached on the air that continued the inning back in the 5th. So far today, that's the only time that Langer has reached. She is officially 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a lineout. Final line out on Valerie Van Zandt. She goes 4 2/3 of an inning. She gives up 7 runs, but only 4 of them are earned. Only 3 hits allowed, 5 walks, and 7 strikeouts to close out the day for Van Zandt. Here's another ball popped up. Once again, Ostmeyer will give chase. That time it is out of play. That'll lead to a scramble out on the concourse, and the count starts off at 0-1. Macy Yost aboard at 3rd. Peyton Fritz replacement. Again, I believe that was Brecken Webb running at 2nd. Good speed on the base paths for Salina South. And again, unable to straighten it out is Langer, who will have to come back and give this another go. That ball's shot through the hole up the left side. That's going to score one. They'll turn the corner. Webb's coming to the plate. There won't be a play. Now the throw back to second. There is no throw. It's going to be a hustle hit there for Mackenzie Langer, who will clear the base paths and give Salina South a 9-4 lead. Both runs come in to score. Langer picks up 2 RBI, and it's Chloe Helzel at the plate.
And play number 7, Chloe Helsen.
2 RBI single for Mackenzie Langer. Still 2 down in the inning, though. Central just 1 pitch away from ending this. And getting their bats, another opportunity to come up and try to get something done. It's been all Lady Cougars here down the stretch, though, as the runner takes off. The throw down to third, not in time. So credit Mackenzie Langer with the steal of third. And now another insurance run for the Lady Cougars, stands just 60 feet away. Yost and Webb came in to score the 2 runs this half inning for Salina South. Again, of their 9 runs, 8 of them have come in the last 2 innings. Chloe Helzel, who is 0 for 2, is hit by a pitch, stands in at the plate now. 2 down in the inning, 2-1 the count, pitch on its way. Misses at the knees, and things go to 3-1. With Hannah Gardner, who has reached all 3 times today, standing at the ready in the on-deck circle.
That sounded quite a bit better. Yeah, like there's a
3-1. Big swing and a miss, and the count goes full. Here to Chloe Helzel. Helzel already has 1 strikeout today. That came back in inning number 2. The payoff pitch, that's going to be hit straight on a line to left. The catch is made, and that will put an end to the 6th inning. But not before Salina South strikes for 2 more big runs. The Lady Cougars lead it 9-4 here on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com, visit our 9th Street location in Salina, or call 309-1919.
Welcome back in here on the campus of Salina South High School. It'll be Peyton Fritz back in the circle here. Salina Central finds themselves down to their final 6 outs, and it will be Katie Wagner, Grace Osmeyer, and Brooke Banninger to lead off the 6th here for the Lady Mustangs. Fritz back in the circle once again, ready to go. First pitch on its way. That'll miss down and out. And a quick note, Emily Newman is back in the game, has reclaimed her spot, at least in the field at catcher, after being subbed out for a pinch hitter on the offensive end of things. Next pitch there from Fritz, drop ball in for a called strike. That'll even things up at 1-1. Wagner so far today, 1 for 2, an infield single back in the 2nd, a ground out back in the 4th. The 1-1 pitch, it's right back up the middle. That one Fritz could not handle, and it's a base knock here for Katie Wagner. Good day for her. She is now 2 for 3, and Salina Central will set up shop with Grace Osmeyer coming to the plate. But a lot of work left to do here for the Lady Mustangs, who trail by 5. And again, only 6 outs to give in order to get back to that point and try to even this up. Swing and a miss over the top. Count will go here to 0-1 on Grace Osmeyer, who today is 0 for 2, a strikeout back in the 4th, a fielder's choice in the 2nd. Fritz delivers the pitch. Good back pick attempt. Not quite in time, but a good look there for Emily Newman, trying to cut the runner down. If Wagner had been a little further off the bag, might have had a chance to get her. But as it stands, nothing doing here. Corners pulled in. The 1-1 pitch is popped up. That'll stay on the infield. Coming over to make the catch is Zizakam. And it's 1 down for Salina South. 4 more to go here in the 6th. 5 more to go for the contest. Brooke Banninger comes to bat next. Banninger so far today 0 for 2, a looking strikeout and a ground out. Middle infield backed up to double play depth. Here is a liner tagging the bag to double her off. No, they say she's safe. Oh boy. I gotta be honest, not so sure about that one. Katie Wagner fortunate to still be aboard at first base as Banninger pops that out to Macy Yost, who it looked like tagged the bag in time, but nothing doing. It'll bring up Bailey Bruce for the second time, and the first pitch to her will miss upstairs. Infield pop-outs have been the Achilles heel of Salina Central here today. They've had a lot of them. Next pitch to Bruce, misses high and away, and the count goes to 2-0. Peyton Fritz looking to put another win in the win column. Again, 10-3 coming into this contest. The 2-1. And it's a called strike. So the count goes to 2-1. Big swing and a miss. And the count even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Fritz is not overpowered with strikeouts. She's just put the ball in play, trusted her defense to take care of the work. They've picked her up so far. 2-2, called strike 3. It'll be a looking strikeout of Bailey Bruce, and that will end the 6th inning of play. We'll step away, back with inning number 7 when we return here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
Opus Plasma Skin Resurfacing at Salina Medical Aesthetics is similar to traditional laser skin treatments. It uses thermal energy to produce anti-aging results as opposed to traditional laser energy. There's minimal downtime, and each session only takes about 45 minutes. Most patients see a noticeable difference with just one procedure. Treat moderate to deep wrinkles, fine lines, sagging skin, rough patches, poor skin tone, and sunspots. Opus is a fantastic treatment for anti-aging. For a free consultation, contact Salina Medical Aesthetics and learn more at salinamedesthetics.org.
Welcome back in here on the campus of Salina South High School as we go to the 7th inning of action, and it will be Salina South on their home field as the visiting team, again sharing the field with Salina Central. But as I mentioned before, it's a positive thing for everybody involved. Gorgeous facilities for football, for baseball, for softball, you name it. The city of Salina has had some really good facilities here. Again, this will be the host site of this year's 4A state tournament for the Acacia State playoffs. As a called strike will even the count at 1-1. But here for Salina South, one last chance to add some insurance. Hannah Gardner, Sadie Zizakam, and Malia Koster are your 3 due up. And this pitch will miss from Bailey Bruce. Count goes to 2-1 here on Hannah Gardner. Gardner today is 1 for 1 with a solo shot. Watches this miss in the dirt. Aside from that, has reached base twice on an error back in the 2nd and on a walk back in the 6th. Gardner digs back in here, ready to go. The 3-1 on its way. A called strike, and that will fill the count at 3-2. Like I said, a lot of fans for this crosstown rivalry have turned out to watch their squads. Got some kids baseball and softball teams on hand as well, as the payoff is going to be chopped to third. Vidrickson picks it up. The throw to first is in time, and look out, we've got a baseball or a softball onto the field from the JV game. Ball just kind of came out of nowhere. You got to keep your head on a swivel, as that came from the other field, and I would think they would give that back. No, home plate umpire's just going to pocket it. I guess that's ours now. One down in the inning. Sadie Zizakam at the dish. Bailey Bruce will deliver the first pitch in for a called strike. To be fair, they're all regulation size. It doesn't really matter. But you really hope that the other field doesn't run out of softballs. Seems unlikely, though, as the 0-1 pitch will be a called strike away. And Bailey Bruce is going to be the beneficiary there to go up in the count 0-2. Sadie Zizakam, who had walked 3 times all season, has already walked twice today. And we'll foul this back to the screen as the count goes to 0-2. I think, honestly, for Salina Central, while you're hoping you can find a way to come back, there's something to be said for just wanting to wipe Game 1 out of your memory, as they have allowed 9 runs in this game on just 5 hits. Here's one that misses inside. No, called strike 3. Zizakam is down on strikes, and that's 2 away here for Salina Central. But as a reminder, we'll have coverage of game number 2 of this doubleheader set coming your way about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one right here on the Salina Post Sports Network. Happy to be bringing you coverage of some crosstown rivalry softball here in Salina. Malia Coster is at the plate now. Boy, has Coster had herself a day. A 2-run home run in the 5th, a double in the 3rd, a walk and a run scored in the 1st, and a ground out back to the pitcher in the 6th. Here she's going to pop one up the grain elevator, and the catch is made there by Turpin to put an end to the top of the 7th. Salina Central down to their final 3 outs when we come back, looking to pull off the comeback. 9-4 our score here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
Springtime is here and we're on the go. Visit Commercial Tire Center and get ready to roll. We're driving more and more and getting ready for springtime activities. From the smallest lawnmower tires to passenger tires, farm tires, and the largest truck tires. Call Commercial Tire for repairs that aren't tire related. Our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Welcome back in on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tyler Henry alongside you. Olivia Bergmeyer handling all of our camera and production duties as we go to the home half of inning number 7, and it will be for the Salina Central Lady Mustangs. The top of the order due up to try to get themselves back in this game. Valerie Van Zant, Maddie Crow, and Harper Turpin will lead off the 7th. On the other side, it will be Peyton Fritz trying to cap this off with another victory. Her team has given her 9 runs of support in a 9-4 ball game. Salina South looking for 3 more outs. This ball going to be popped into the gap. It's going to give chase. The diving catch unable to be made. That'll take a skip and a hop to the wall. Van Zant turns. She's thinking about 3 and will be in standing up with a leadoff triple. Well, if you're the Lady Mustangs, that is how you wanted to start the 7th, and they will be off to a roaring start with Maddie Crow coming to the plate. It's going to prompt a meeting here in the circle, though. And we'll see if this is just a conversation as they try to get Peyton Fritz settled down a little bit here. Again, neither team has really been striking for massive amounts of runs. Central scored their 5 runs today on just 5 hits. Meanwhile, Salina South has scored their 9 runs on just 4 hits. Still nobody out in the inning. Fritz ready to go back to work. Maddie Crow so far today has reached on an error, come around to score. Officially, though, she is 1 for 2 with an infield single and a looking strikeout. Crow, the slap hitter, will slap one right back to Fritz. The throw to first gets by. That's going to score the run. Maddie Crow turns. She's thinking about two. She's going to turn the corner and head to third, and she'll be in safely. Oh, my goodness, on a slow chopper to the pitcher, Maddie Crow is going to reach third base, and Valerie Van Zant will come in to score the 5th run of the day for the Lady Mustangs. Still nobody out. Harper Turpin now at the plate. First pitch to Turpin, in for a called strike. Boy, not every day you hit a slow chopper back to the pitcher and end up aboard 60 feet away from scoring. Crazy play. Turpin at the plate now. Turpin today 1 for 3, a bunt single RBI that came back in the 3rd. The 2-1, that is sliced foul back towards the concourse and off the shed of the concession stand, which I've been assured is only the best snacks here on the campus of Salina South. The 1-2, low and outside, and the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Great day for some high school softball action. Everyone chipping in, doing their part here at Salina South High School as a swing and a ball tipped foul. I thought tipped foul. No, they're going to say she went around. It was a strikeout. Harper Turpin almost found a way to beat that out regardless. Instead, it's going to go down as the 5th strikeout of the day for Peyton Fritz, and more importantly for the Lady Cougars. It's 1 down here in the 7th for Ellie Rykoff. This is the heart of the order, though, for the Lady Mustangs. Rykoff today has driven in 2 of Salina Central's 5 runs. She stands at the ready, looking to bring in 1 more, and will foul away the first pitch that she sees. Falls behind at 0-1. It's been a season of firsts for the Lady Mustangs at 7-13. 7 wins, though, one of the higher watermarks that they've had here in recent memory. They would love to add 1 more win against their crosstown rival, a team that has been really dominant in this series in recent memory. Ball and a strike, the count here to Ellie Rykoff. Rykoff, 1 for 3 today. Good block there by Emily Newman. Keeps a run probably off the board by sliding out in front. Central led for most of this game. South came back. They scored 6 runs back in the 5th inning, 2 more in the 6th. Here's one laced up the middle. It's the 3rd RBI of the day for Ellie Rykoff. And Salina Central not dead just yet, as that RBI single will bring in the 6th run of the day. It's now a 3-run ball game with 1 down here in the 7th. Tyler Vidrickson grabs a bat. She'll come to bat next. Is today 0 for 3, 2 ground outs and a flyout. Central trying to find a way to get themselves at the very least in a position to send this thing to extras. A called strike here will make it an 0-1 count. And another attempt to try to catch Rykoff off balance, but Rykoff able to scamper back to the bag in time. Katie Wagner stands aboard in the on-deck circle. Pitch misses high here to Vidrickson, who is certainly due for a big hit. Vidrickson, a .449 hitter on the year, 22 hits, 13 driven in. Today, she's 0 for 3. But watches one miss at the knees, and the count goes to 2-1. Vidrickson stands back in right now. Crazy though it may be to think about, Katie Wagner in the on-deck circle represents the tying run. That, though, not going to help. Skied out to right. Janaszek looks up and makes the catch. And the Lady Cougars are 1 out away from taking game 1. Last hope for the Lady Mustangs is Katie Wagner. Wagner today 2 for 3, though. An infield single back in the 2nd, a regular single back in the 6th. Those bookended a ground out in inning number 4. Ellie Rykoff aboard at first. First pitch from Peyton Fritz. Drop ball misses low. And the count begins at 1-0. Going And Fritz's team has given her plenty of run support today. She's looking for her 11th win of the season. Outside pitch called for a strike, and the count is even at 1-1. If you're South, you've still got a little bit of wiggle room here, but they'd like to find a way to end this here and now. And they might just do this, although it's off of Fritz, who's not going to be able to run this down in time. Cool, I'll call it, I would imagine, an infield single for Katie Wagner. That will be the ruling. And all of a sudden, Central has the tying run at the plate, represented by Grace Ostmeyer. Well, you always know, anytime two rivals, especially two rivals as heated as these, get together, you throw the records, you throw the history out the window. First pitch to Ostmeyer misses high. Everyone moves up a station. Wild pitch for Peyton Fritz. Allows Wagner to take second, allows Rykoff to take third. Again, those two runs, though, inconsequential. The one that matters is the one at the plate. Next pitch to Ostmeyer, in for a called strike. Grace Ostmeyer today, 0 for 3, a fielder's choice, a strikeout, and a pop-out. Ostmeyer on the year, a .361 hitter. In case you're wondering, just 3 runs driven in all season, and takes strike 2 here. 1-2. Peyton Fritz, 1 out away from locking this game up for the Lady Cougars. Pitch on the way. That's going to be skied out to right. Janaszek settles under it and makes the catch. And Salina South will take game 1. Your final score, Lady Cougars 9, Lady Mustangs 6. We will step away, but we'll be back in about 30 minutes with game number 2 of this doubleheader set on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Number 2 of our doubleheader set between Salina South and Salina Central. The Lady Cougars, the visitors, taking game number 1, 9-6. We'll talk a little bit more about that game number 1, but first let's get you settled in and ready to go here for game number 2. And with that, let's introduce you to the starting lineup, beginning with the Lady Cougars, who will have Malia Koster lead things off from her spot at shortstop. Koster will be joined in the order by catcher Emily Newman in the 2-hole, then starting pitcher Macy Yost in the 3. Peyton Fritz, your first baseman, is the cleanup hitter today, batting down in the 4-hole. Batting in the 5th hole, it's the right fielder Morgan Janaszek, followed by center fielder Mackenzie Langer, DP Chloe Helsel, third baseman Hannah Gardner, and left fielder Talon Herbal. Bringing up the rear of the Lady Cougar lineup today, Sadie Zizakam will be your flex, and she will play second base. A strike taken here as the count goes to 1-2 on Malia Koster. Boy, Koster had an excellent game number 1. Was able to reach base safely her first 3 times up to bat. Came in to score 2 runs in the 9-6 victory, including a 2-run home run, a double, and a walk. But here is going to start her day with a swinging strikeout. That's 1 down in the inning here for Salina Central. In the circle for the Lady Mustangs, today it will be Katie Wagner. Wagner will be making her 9th appearance of the season, her 7th start, and she has tossed 21 1/3 inning to the tune of a 6.42 ERA. Here it's a comebacker to her. She'll pick it up, throw to first a little bit high, but the catch made by Vidrickson, and quickly it is 2 down. And with that, let's speed through the starters in the field. For Salina Central, Utley, your flex, gets the start behind the dish. It'll be Vidrickson at first, Turpin at second, Van Zant at short, and Tessa Snyder tending to the hot corner at third today. Your outfield from left to right, it's Ostmeyer, Crow, and Bailey Bruce. As this ball is parked, it'll take 1 hop. It's over the fence, and it's a ground rule double for Macy Yost, who I also did not have time to introduce, but Yost swings at the first pitch that she sees, and it's a ground rule double to get a Lady Cougar on the base paths with 2 down for Peyton Fritz. Fritz had kind of a day to forget at the plate. Reached on an error, came in to score, also reached on a walk, but aside from that, was just getting under everything. And I think is looking forward to facing off against a different pitcher here in game number 2. Again, for Katie Wagner, the ERA a touch high, but 26 strikeouts to 18 walks on the year. And a long conversation being had right now between our home plate umpire and Peyton Fritz about something here, but I believe we are ready to get back in, ready to roll. So again, Fritz will stand in here to face Wagner for the first time today. Wagner's first pitch to her is outside for ball one. Of course, Macy Yost standing aboard here at second. With the Game 1 victory, Salina South moves to 12-7 on the year. Salina Central will fall to 7-14, but a great chance here to bounce back and pick up a Game 2 win. Meanwhile, again, the Lady Cougars are looking for the sweep. This is also the last chance for both of these teams as we start to wrap up the season to state their final case for perhaps some better seedings at regionals. And the regional softball tournament shaping up to be interesting down in Class 5A. You take a look at where things stand right now in 5A. Of course, two groupings between East and West. Both of these teams find themselves in the West. And Salina South, if they could come up with a victory today, has a chance to jump up and take over a spot in the top 8. Top teams to beat right now, Mays South at 19-3, Bishop Carroll at 15-3, Great Bend at 17-5, Valley Center at 15-5, and then Topeka, Seaman, and Hayes are both within reach of Salina South. Here's a little, boy, can't even call it an excuse me swing because I don't think Peyton Fritz had any intention of the bat touching the ball there, but well, maybe fortunate just to foul that off and keep the count at 2-2. Fritz was the beneficiary of a lot of, let's call them fielding shenanigans back in game number 1. Again, had a lot of infield pop-ups. Here chops one foul that were out in foul territory and just really wasn't able to capitalize much on the chances that she got. But again, a 2-home run performance in a doubleheader sweep of Newton. And looking to help her team pick up where they left off. Will chop this one foul back to the central dugout. Salina South today rocking the green pants, white pinstripe jerseys with the green numerals trimmed in gold. Meanwhile, for Salina Central, it's the all-white jerseys with the maroon numerals trimmed in black, CHS, printed across the front. Here is Fritz. That one gets through. Van Zant picks up, throws to first, and that will bring an end to the top of the first. To the home half we go. You're tuned in to our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
The hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in here on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Got an update for you from just across town as the Salina South Cougar baseball team has knocked off Salina Central 11-4 in game number 1 of their doubleheader. Just as a reminder, you can tune into that one on the Salina Post. Got coverage of both games of that doubleheader. Adam Coulter on the call. Again, that game also taking place on our Salina Post Sports Network. Here it's all scoreless as we go to the home half of inning number 1 for the Lady Mustangs of Salina Central. It will be Valerie Van Zant to lead things off once again from her spot at shortstop. She'll be followed in the order by center fielder Maddie Crow, DP Ellie Rykoff, and second baseman Harper Turpin in the cleanup spot today. Batting fifth, it's pitcher Katie Wagner, then first baseman Tyler Vidrickson, left fielder Grace Ostmeyer, third baseman Tessa Snyder, and right fielder Bailey Bruce, bringing up the back end of the Lady Mustang lineup here for Game 2. Emily Utley, the catcher, is your flex today. 0-1 pitch, misses low at the knees. Count goes here. Actually, quick correction, count is now 2-2. Van Zant trying to lead things off once again. Did a really good job back in game number 1. Again, Van Zant was a bit of a terror on the base paths herself. Reached on 2 walks, came around to score both times. Also tripled and came in to score back in the 7th. So of the 6 Lady Mustang runs in game number 1, 3 of them belong to Valerie Van Zant. And she's off to a good start here as she will reach on a leadoff walk and bring up teammate Maddie Crow. Take a look in the circle here for Salina South. Macy Yost is your starting pitcher for this contest. She'll be making her 8th appearance of the year, her 6th start, and has tossed 31 innings with a 1-4 record, but has kept the ERA down. 2.45 ERA this season, a 1.35 whip. Control has really been the only problem for her this season, and you saw that as that walk to Valerie Van Zant was her 18th of the season. Meanwhile, she has recorded just 13 strikeouts. Struggling a bit to get some of the run support on that side of things as well in game number 2, but again, that high walk count is really the bigger problem, as another ball fouled away here by Maddie Crow means the Lady Mustang center fielder are going to have to swing away here. Corner still playing in, expecting again that slap hit. Crow likes to get that running start towards the baseline, shorten that 60-foot trip even further. 0-2 will lunge her bat at it, and that will be the first strikeout of the day for the aforementioned Macy Yost. It's one away here for Salina South, and it brings Ellie Rykoff, the DP, to the plate. Rykoff, a .364 hitter on the year, stands in now. Salina Central able to rack up some late runs. They picked up 2 in the 7th and 1 in the 6th, but could not undo a tough performance in the field as the Lady Cougars able to take game 1. Again, the final in that game, 9-6. Salina South scoring 9 runs on 4 hits. Fresh slate to work with here, though, in game number 2. Both teams looking to get off to a good start. And right now, Ellie Rykoff trying to keep this rolling following the leadoff walk from Valerie Van Zant. Boy, Van Zant's got blazing speed for a shortstop, too. We saw that on full display in game number 1. And she would love an opportunity to flex that speed again here if given the opportunity. Here's a ball fouled off of Emily Newman. Will roll all the way back to Gardner, who picks it up and takes it back here to Macy Yost. Again, for this Salina South Lady Cougar team, they have now won 12 games this year. 11 of those wins came with Peyton Fritz in the circle. Macy Yost looking for her 2nd victory of the year. 0-2, going to be lined. That is 1 out, and they're going to double off Valerie Van Zant on the catch from Koster and the flip back to Fritz. That'll do it for inning number 1. Still scoreless as we go to the 2nd. This is the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
For over 90 years, when people go car shopping, they've been coming to Marshall Motors in Salina. Hi, this is Dan at Marshall Motors. The world has changed, but the way we do business remains the same. We promise you the right price, no pressure, and to be your trusted dealership for sales and service. For over 90 years, we've been treating people the way we want to be treated and watching them drive away with a smile and a great ride. Come see us in South Salina at Marshall Motors. We keep life moving.
Welcome back in here on the campus of Salina South High School. Tyler Henry alongside you. Olivia Bergmeyer handling all of our production and camera duties today. And for the Lady Cougars of Salina South, it will be the 5, 6, and 7-hole hitters due up here. Morgan Janaszek, Mackenzie Langer, and Chloe Helzel to lead things off for Salina South. Back in game number 1, it really was a true team effort. Again, South exploded for 6 runs back in the 5th inning. That was where they did most of their damage, but aside from that, was a solid pitching performance, all things considered, for Valerie Van Zant, who collected 7 more strikeouts. Turns it over now, though, to Katie Wagner, trying to help her team pick up another victory and avoid what would only be their 2nd sweep in the last couple of weeks. I know I mentioned it before, but Salina Central has really picked things up here down the stretch after a tough 1-10 start. But they've really turned it around here as they came back. They got a sweep of Dodge City, 13-2 and 20-2. They did get swept by a very good Eisenhower team, but they bounced right back with wins of 16-1 and 6-1 over Hutch, and then they got a 14-5 victory in a split with Hayes. So this is a team peaking at the right time and trying to do the same here and get a win over a bitter crosstown rival in Salina South. South, though, trying to keep their foot to the floor. Janaszek trying to start the party here. Will send a flare out to right. Should be easy enough work, though, as Bailey Bruce looks up and makes the catch for out number 1. So with one down, that'll bring up Mackenzie Langer. Langer, again, the 6th big bopper in the order, batting just above 300 on the year. 15 hits, 12 driven in. Top 6 of this Lady Cougar lineup have been very good throughout the course of their time here in Salina. And again, most of them will be coming back for another campaign next year. You've got 2 seniors on this entire roster. They both bat at the top of the order, Malia Koster and Emily Newman. After that, it's a whole lot of juniors and Peyton Fritz, the lone underclassman in the lineup. Arguably the most dangerous hitter in the lineup, also a multi-sport athlete, as one of the anchors of the Lady Cougar basketball team. This ball's flared out into the gap in left center. That'll get down. And Mackenzie Langer has got a 1-out single to bring up the DP, Chloe Helsel. Helsel, a junior, batting .217 on the year, steps to the dish now. Took just 5 hits into this 2-game set. Played out in the left last time up. And today, again, you go back to that first game, she is 0 for 3, was hit by a pitch as well. The only time that she was able to reach back in game 1. Here's one that'll miss high and away. And the count goes to 2-0. So once again, Lady Cougars looking to strike first here in the second. 1 down in the inning. Runner takes off for second. The throw down not in time, and a stolen base is going to be collected here by Mackenzie Langer. Puts the first runner in scoring position for South since back in the first inning. Macy Yost reached on a ground rule double, was stranded on the Peyton Fritz ground out. Here is a soft roller. The glove flip to first in time. The throw back to third. They're going to say not in time. That was a really, really good throw, though, as Tyler Vidrickson tried to get that ball back to Tessa Snyder to cut Langer down at third. It will move the runner up 60 feet, but now 2 down in the inning. And you got to give a lot of credit to Turpin for the glove flip play there as well. She knew she didn't have time to make the transfer and did what she needed to do to make sure her team didn't get into any unnecessary trouble. So Hannah Gardner will be the next to bat here. Came in hitting just .216, but had a really good game number 1. She reached in each of her first 3 plate appearances, including a solo home run. And that was what sparked the 6-run inning for the Lady Cougars. Just her second home run of the year right now, trying to keep this rolling, trying to get her team a 1-0 lead, but with 2 down in the inning, Katie Wagner knows she is one good pitch away from getting her team out of this as well. Wagner once again looks in, consults the wristband, delivers the 1-1. Strike on the outer half, good out-breaking pitch. And the count goes to 1-2 here on Hannah Gardner. Gardner again going to have to get protective. Perhaps shorten up on the bat a little bit. The 1-2. Yanked foul. Will find its way out to Ostmeyer out in left. Again, this is senior day for Salina Central. Take a look at what they've got coming up next. They will be back home to take on Arc City this Friday. Meanwhile, Salina South will visit Andover Central next Tuesday. So both of these teams starting to wind down the regular season. Trying to get some big wins against one another here in Salina today. The 1-2 misses high and away. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Gardner digs back in at the ready. Another 2-2. This time she'll get a hold of it. Takes it to center on the run. This one just gets by Crow. Turning for second now is Gardner. She'll be in with a stand-up double. And the Lady Cougars will strike first in this game. It's going to be an RBI double for Hannah Gardner to score Mackenzie Langer. And it's a 1-0 lead with Talon Herbal coming to the plate. Herbal got in for a pinch hit appearance back in game number 1. She was 0 for 1 with a swinging strikeout, and here will take the first pitch out of the zone for a ball. Like I said, though, been a really good day for Hannah Gardner, as this ball is hit well out to left, but it is foul, tucking on the wrong side of the line there for Salina South, and bringing Herbal back to the plate. For Hannah Gardner, though, came in with 6 RBI this year. Has driven in 2 runs already today. Stands aboard at second. As this one is skied up. Back on top of the press box here. And the count goes to 1-2 on the Lady Cougar left fielder. Salina South looking to add to their lead. Big swing and a miss. They'll have to check it down to first. There's the throw. It's in time. And on the second strikeout of the day for Wagner, Salina Central able to get themselves out of the inning, but not before South gets on the board. It's a 1-0 lead as we go to the home half of inning number 2 here on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital-grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com, visit our 9th Street location in Salina, or call 309-1919.
As we go to the home half of inning number 2, it'll be the heart of the order due up for Salina Central. Harper Turpin, Katie Wagner, and Tyler Vidrickson. And kind of a weird thing, but with Central getting the leadoff runner aboard with a walk, Macy Yost has still faced the minimum after the old L6-3 to close out the first. Ellie Rykoff lining out. Van Zant really just caught off balance there, doubled off at first. Nothing Van Zant could do about it, though, as Turpin swings and misses at that pitch, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Still a low-scoring game here early on. Again, home half of inning number 2. Turpin at the plate. And Turpin batting north of 500 on the year has been exceptional. Big part of the reason they load her up in the cleanup spot. Good about driving runs in, obviously, as well. 12 on the year. Good enough to lead, or second lead on the team, behind only Tyler Vidrickson. Here, waves at a pitch up, and the count goes even at 2-2. Again, Turpin, Wagner, and Vidrickson. Your 3 to lead it off for the Lady Mustangs. Leaving that up is Turpin. And the count will go full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Macy Yost looking to avoid issuing her second walk of the day. This ball is going to be skied up to center. Langer will make the catch, and it's 1 down here for Salina South with Katie Wagner coming to the plate. Wagner, back in game number 1, was the shortstop. She had a really good day. It was 3 for 4. Reached on 2 infield singles. All 3 of her hits were singles. Looking to pick up where she left off here. And watches the first pitch go by for ball 1. 1-0, misses high and away. You get the feeling Central going to have to find ways to capitalize on some of these missed opportunities for Macy Yost, who again has had issues with the walks this season and misses another pitch. Nope, called strike. That brings the count to 2-1. One down here in the second, 2-1 on its way. That ball is going to be lifted out to center. Once again, Langer will drift over, look up, and make the catch. And it's 2 down here in the second for Tyler Vidrickson. Vidrickson came to bat 4 times in game number 1. She went 0 for 4. Still looking for her first hit of the day, trying to get a 2-out rally going for the Lady Mustangs here, as the first pitch from Yost is going to jam her up, and the catch made there by Newman. It's a quick 3-up, 3-down inning for Salina South. They're back up to bat. When we come back, you're tuned in to the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
Opus Plasma Skin Resurfacing at Salina Medical Aesthetics is similar to traditional laser skin treatments. It uses thermal energy to produce anti-aging results as opposed to traditional laser energy. There's minimal downtime, and each session only takes about 45 minutes. Most patients see a noticeable difference with just one procedure. Treat moderate to deep wrinkles, fine lines, sagging skin, rough patches, poor skin tone, and sunspots. Opus is a fantastic treatment for anti-aging. For a free consultation, contact Salina Medical Aesthetics and learn more at salinamedesthetics.org.
Top of the order due up here for Salina South as we go to inning number 3. It'll be Malia Coster, Emily Newman, and Macy Yost to start things off for the Lady Cougars. Again, they lead the way 1-0 after Mackenzie Langer came in to score on an RBI double from Hannah Gardner. Another inning of work coming here for Katie Wagner, and a good start as Wagner gets the wave and a miss there from Coster. Well, I think for Salina Central, just glad to see Coster retired after she started off very hot in today's contest. Again, started her day 2 for 2 with a walk, 2 runs scored, a home run, and a double, but has recorded an out in each of her last 3 at-bats. Also got to wonder what might be hampering Coster. You see a big knee brace on that left knee. He's been playing through something here late in the year. As this next pitch from Wagner will miss away, and the count goes to 2-1. Coster's a tricky hitter to approach. Again, she's been solid about being patient. She's good about driving them in. She's got pop in the bat. She can rack up singles when called upon, but here is going to slice through a 2-1 delivery to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gets a brief word there from Coach Vidrine and is ready to go with a 2-2 count. Second time through the order for Salina South. Wagner bookended this lineup with strikeouts of the 1 and 9 hole hitters and gets Coster again. Back-to-back strikeouts for Malia Coster. 3 Ks on the day for Katie Wagner. And that will bring Emily Newman back to the plate. Newman bound for St. Louis Community College next year to play softball. First pitch swinging, lines it right to Turpin. And it's quickly 2 down here in the third. So Macy Yost, who cranked a ground rule double back in the first inning, will come to bat here in the third. First pitch to her, drop ball, misses low. And the count will start at 1-0 to Macy Yost. Yost, the junior pitcher, trying to earn herself some run support, has walked 12 times, has only been retired via the strikeout 4 times this year. She bats like a pitcher, not in terms of lack of ability, but just in terms of mentality. She knows how pitchers think and has utilized that to her advantage this year. She'll watch another pitch miss low and outside, and the count goes to 3-0. So far, only 3 runners have reached base today, all 3 on hits, as a called strike will take our count to 3-1 here. That'll take the bat off the shoulder for Macy Yost after taking all the way on 3-0. And she is going to foul this one back behind her to fill the count. So a good job of battling back for Katie Wagner. Just looking for one more good pitch to get her team back up to bat. And that will not be it as Macy Yost takes her base for the second time today, this time on a walk to bring up Peyton Fritz. Central's done a good job on Peyton Fritz so far today. Again, Fritz has come to the plate 5 times. She is still hitless today. Reached on an error and on a walk back in game number 1. Here in game number 2 is just 0 for 1 with a ground out. Topped a ball that found its way to the shortstop. First pitch here in the dirt, holding all the way, is Macy Yost. This one almost comes in and gets a piece that time of Peyton Fritz. And actually, quick correction, Briley Moss is in to run for Yost over at first. So they will lift the pitcher, perhaps just for safety's sake, but also to get a little more speed on the base paths. Briley Moss is coming to score 13 runs this year despite having just 5 hits and 3 walks. Tells you she's been used in a lot of pinch running opportunities throughout the course of the season. 2-1 to Fritz, again missing outside. And the count goes to 3-1. Fritz back in the box, ready to go. 3-1 on its way. Rope down the line. That's a fair ball. That's going to roll and tuck to the corner. We'll see how aggressive they want to get with Moss. They're going to go ahead and send her. Moss coming to the plate is going to score without a throw as the cutoff was bobbled. And there is the first hit of the day for Peyton Fritz. It is an RBI double. And the Lady Cougars double their lead. It's now a 2-0 advantage here for the squad in green. So a run comes in to score. Morgan Janaszek will be the next to grab a bat. First pitch to her, in for a called strike on the outer half. Janaszek also still looking for her first hit of the day. 2 pop-ups to first base and 2 walks. Back in game number 1. Here in game number 2 is 0 for 1. Boy, would have been 0 for 2. Unable to hold on was Van Zant. The throw back across, not in time. And now Fritz is coming to the plate, and there will not be a throw. It's another costly mistake on the part of the Lady Mustangs. It's going to allow Peyton Fritz to advance. And we'll see if they rule that a hit or an error for Janaszek. That's going to be an error. Errors have been the Achilles heel for Salina Central in both of these games so far. They committed 4 costly errors back in game number 1. Matter of fact, of the 9 runs that came around to score for Salina South, only 6 were on earned runs. That's going to get by. It's another error. And it allows everybody to move up an extra station as Janaszek will take her base at third, and Mackenzie Langer is going to reach second on back-to-back errors committed. So Chloe Helsel will grab a bat. Insult to injury, all of this has happened with 2 outs. Central just needing 1 more out to get themselves out of the inning. First pitch to Helsel, drops in for a called strike. Things are far from out of hand, though. For Central, you get 1 more good pitch, you get yourself out of this, you get your bats back up, you're only down by 3. Problem is not allowing this to compound. And more importantly, to get any worse. Katie Wagner back to work in the circle. A 1-1 count, pitch on the way. That one misses outside. And the count goes to 2-1 here on Chloe Helsel. Another pitch that is outside. Helzel 0 for 1 with a ground out in game number 1. Still hitless on the day, even if you go back to the first contest of this doubleheader. 3-1 is going to be tipped foul. The count goes full. Normally, you'd think the 8-hole hitter might be the weakest link, but Hannah Gardner's been on a tear today. If you're Salina Central, you want to get out of this inning without allowing her another at-bat. Good fight here by Helzel, able to get a piece of that. And the count stays right where it's at. It is now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 runners in scoring position, both reached on errors. The payoff pitch is fought off again. And Helzel will see another pitch here. Chloe Helzel this season, just a .217 hitter. Has driven in just 2 runs all season. Hits another flare shot. This one, though, is caught by Wagner. And that will put a stop to the 3rd inning. But Salina South strikes for 2 more runs. They take a 3-0 lead as we go to the home half of inning number 3. It's our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
Springtime is here and we're on the go. Visit Commercial Tire Center and get ready to roll. We're driving more and more and getting ready for springtime activities. From the smallest lawnmower tires to passenger tires, farm tires, and the largest truck tires. Call Commercial Tire for repairs that aren't tire related. Our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Bottom third of the Lady Mustang lineup due up here. Grace Ostmeyer, Tessa Snyder, and Bailey Bruce to lead things off for the Lady Mustangs as we go to the home half of inning number 3. Currently a 3-0 lead for the Lady Cougars of Salina South, and a tip foul pitch will even the count at 1-1. Couple of newcomers to the Lady Mustang lineup here. Tessa Snyder and Bailey Bruce both making their first start of the 2. Of course, Bruce came in as the substitute, was able to get herself an at-bat or 2 back in game number 1. But Tessa Snyder, who's in the on-deck circle, will see her first plate appearance of the day. Back in the circle once again, it's Macy Yost, who tries to get either an ephus or a drop ball that she just pulled a bit. And the count goes to 3-1. Ostmeyer looking to swing away here. 361 hitter on the year. We'll watch this one in for a called strike. Boy, dropped her. No, they're going to say ball 4. And Ostmeyer will take her base. It's the second walk of the day issued by Macy Yost. And it will bring the aforementioned Tessa Snyder to the plate. Snyder in the split against Hayes, played in game 2, barreled up a couple of balls, just could not quite get herself on with a hit. But has been good in spots this year for Salina Central. Again, batting here down in the 8-hole. Count is 1-0. Snyder back in the box. Ostmeyer aboard at first. Big cut falls behind. Evens the count at 1-1. So Snyder back to work here once again. Yost trying to get back ahead, and will do so there. As Snyder able to fight off the pitch. See if we can't check in a little bit later on in the ball game and get you an update on what's going on over at Dean Evans Stadium. Again, a doubleheader taking place between South and Central on the baseball diamond. Proud to be bringing you coverage of all 4 games here on our Salina Post Sports Network, our final regular season game of the week. And it's been good bringing you coverage here all spring long. We've had a lot of fun. Hope you've had as much fun tuning in as we've had coming out to these games. Here's a chance for 2. Coster goes the short way for 1. Back across, not in time, as Coster gets it to Zyzicom, but it will be a fielder's choice for Tessa Snyder, who takes her base at first to bring up Bailey Bruce. Bailey Bruce came in as a defensive substitute as the new pitcher got 2 at-bats, walked, struck out, and came around to score a run here. Takes a hefty cut, comes up empty. And we'll have to go back to the drawing board with an 0-1 count. Macy Yost delivers another pitch, this one high across the letters. And the count now even at 1-1. Next pitch on its way, that will miss. I think that one a touch inside. So 2-1 the count. Back to work here in the box is Bruce. And another pitch that misses inside, and now the count is an ideal hitter's count at 3-1. Bruce going to be looking to swing away here. Knows that Yost has got to put something over the plate. 3-1 on its way. There's a big cut. Good drop ball delivered by Yost. I think had an idea of what she thought Bruce was looking for and guessed correctly. And the chess match continues here. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. But didn't need to check the strikeout, but Tessa Snyder caught leaning off the bag a little bit. Ends up being fine. That'll go down as the second strikeout of the day for Macy Yost. And it brings up the top of the order and somebody that, boy, has just not been content to get out, period, today. Valerie Van Zandt has been finding her way on base, although this may be an out as she'll fly that to center. The catch is made by Langer, and that will end the third inning of action. Still a 3-0 lead for Salina South as we go to the fourth on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC. APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
As we go to inning number 4, it'll be 8-9-1 coming to the plate here for the Lady Cougars. Hannah Gardner, Talon Herbal, and Malia Koster. And boy, has Hannah Gardner been swinging a hot bat. She's 1 for 1 with an RBI double in this game. Had a solo shot back in game number 1, and here we'll take the first pitch for a called strike at the hands of Katie Wagner. Wagner, for her part in all of this, has given up just 4 hits in this game. Unfortunately for her, 3 of those have been doubles, as a big swing and a miss from Gardner will put her behind in an 0-2 hole. Fortunately for Wagner, the 2 errors committed behind her have not come around to score, as both Morgan Janaszek and Mackenzie Langer were stranded at third and second, respectively. As the 0-2 is chopped to Van Zandt, the throw to first is in time, picked well by Vidrickson, and it's a quick out here to start the fourth for the Lady Mustangs. That'll bring up Talon Herbal. Herbal so far in this contest, 0 for 1 with a swinging strikeout. Malia Koster in the on-deck circle at the ready coming up next. Herbal stands in and will take one that goes 5-hole on Van Zandt. It's the 3rd error in 2 innings for the Lady Mustangs, and Talon Herbal is aboard at first. We'll bring up the top of the order and Malia Koster, who was a monster in Game 1 but has been tamed here in Game 2. 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Katie Wagner has had her number. It's going to need to do that again as Koster, again, back in Game number 1, a 2-run home run and a double. First pitch to her. She will take one. Slow roller picked up by Tessa Snyder. Throw to first in time. And it's 2 away with Emily Newman coming to bat next here for Salina South.
Bringing up number 30, Emily Newman.
Good play there by Tessa Snyder. She has flashed the leather a couple of times from the hot corner. Had to come in on the slow roller that time. And Newman will come to bat now, looking to get something started. Been a slow day for Emily Newman at the plate. She was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts in game number 1. She's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a line out here in game number 2. And this one will miss down and out. And the count goes even at 1-1. Newman got off to a bit of a slow start in the doubleheader set that Salina South played against Newton, but came through with the technical walk-off hit and RBI double in game number 2. Also had a RBI triple and a run scored in that game as well, for what it's worth. 2-1 to Newman, misses high. Count goes to 3-1. Wagner gonna have to settle in, put this next pitch over the plate. 2 down in the inning. Central trying to get the bats back up. Newman laces one. That's going to get down, and that will score a run. Emily Newman's first hit of the day. Boy, not sure where the relay throw was headed, but Emily Newman is aboard here. Her first hit of the day, an RBI single, and the Lady Cougars lead the way 4-0 here in inning number 4. Herbal gets a chance to show off the speed. And with 2 down, it now falls to Macy Yost to try to continue the festivities for the Lady Cougars. First pitch to Yost, misses away. Of course, Yost walked back in the 3rd inning, but it was her pinch runner, Briley Moss, who came in to score the run. So far today, 1 for 1, a ground rule double and a walk, as the back pick attempt not in time to catch Emily Newman. Newman, a trooper behind the plate. One of the few catchers you'll see that'll come out and catch both games almost every time. Here's a slow roller. Should be easy work there for Vidrickson, who tags the bag, and that will end the 4th inning of action. But not before Salina South gets another run on the board. They lead it 4-0 here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
For over 90 years, when people go car shopping, they've been coming to Marshall Motors in Salina. Hi, this is Dane at Marshall Motors. The world has changed, but the way we do business remains the same. We promise you the right price, no pressure, and to be your trusted dealership for sales and service. For over 90 years, we've been treating people the way we want to be treated and watching them drive away with a smile and a great ride. Come see us in South Salina at Marshall Motors. We keep life moving.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
To the home half of the 4th we go for Salina Central. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 due up here. Maddie Crow, Ellie Rykoff, and Harper Turpin as the Lady Mustangs looking to get on the board. A 4-0 lead here for Salina South. They got 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and 1 more back in the 4th. But second time through the order here for the Lady Mustangs. Still in search of their first hit of the day off of Macy Yost. And a big swing and a miss here for Crow. We'll put her behind at 0-1. Crow today is 0 for 1. Had a strikeout back in the 1st inning. Looking to bounce back here with a good AB. We'll see if she wants to creep forward a little bit. Instead, staying planted in the box. Again, has had a lot of success throughout the course of the season running forward. You see the corners playing in because of that. Just finding ways to put the ball where the defenders are not lined up. Behind here, 0-2 will try to do just that and taps the ball foul down the line. So the count stays right where it's at. Got a great crowd on hand here. Salina turning out to watch this ball game. Plenty of good action across the state of Kansas today as this ball is going to be taken to short, picked up by Coster, not able to get the speedy Maddie Crow down the line. Another infield single for Maddie Crow. And again, just so quick. She gets that running start and takes off like a track star down the line. That'll bring up the DP, Ellie Rykoff. For the second time today, Rykoff lined into a double play back in the first inning. Here trying to get something started for the Lady Mustangs. First pitch misses away for ball one. Harper Turpin in the on-deck circle, the third member of this lineup, guaranteed an at-bat here in inning number 4, as Newman able to keep that over the plate, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Again, Rykoff, 9 runs scored, 7 RBI, batting from the left side. And got fooled on an eephus changeup. Thing had a lot of sink to it. Rykoff clearly sitting on something with a little more velocity, got way out ahead. And we'll have to settle in here with a 1-2 count. Rykoff back in the box, Yost back in the circle. The 1-2 laced foul. And the count stays right where it's at 1-2. Just across town, again over at Dean Evans Stadium, Central and South, facing one another on the baseball diamond. 3-1 is the lead for Salina South. That game in the third inning right now. Here, it's a pop-up that'll be caught by Zizicom, and it's 1 down in the fourth for the Lady Cougars. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Harper Turpin. Turpin is 0 for 1 today. She flew out to straightaway center her first time up. Turpin was able to drive in a run with a bunt single back in game 1. Boy, almost got hit there. Ducks out of the way and is able to keep the count at 1-0. If they can get to her, Katie Wagner awaits in the on-deck circle. The 1-0 also inside. And a 2-0 count as Yost trying to work the ball back outside and relocate the zone. Infield at standard depth. Ball shot foul. Got to be careful out there on the sidewalks as we've got some fans making an early trip to the exit. About halfway home here in game number 2. Salina South, again, they lead it 4-0. And another pitch that'll miss in the dirt. Runner takes off for second. Newman, a good throw down. Just not quite able to get the glove on it in time was Coster. So credit Maddie Crow with a stolen base, utilizing all that speed to move up into scoring position. Next pitch misses high. Going to be a walk, which all things considered for Salina South, not the worst thing in the world. Now you've got the force at any bag. Katie Wagner will grab a bat here. Wagner 0 for 1, a fly out to straightaway center field, her first time up. First pitch to her, missing. Nope, called strike at the knees. So the count begins at 0-1. Good opportunity here for the Lady Mustangs. First time in this game they've had multiple runners aboard. Still only 1 out in the inning, too, although that not going to help the cause. A pop-up that is caught by Zizicom, and it's 2 down on 2 pop-ups to the second baseman for Tyler Vidrickson. There's one player you want at the bat right now, though. It might be Vidrickson, the team's leader in RBI. Vidrickson, again, an on-base percentage of .500, slugging .755. That's the best mark on the team. Really good pop in her bat. And takes the first pitch here low at the knees for ball 1. Matter of fact, Maddie Crow at second base is the first Lady Mustang to get into scoring position, as that one is off the mid of Newman. And everybody is going to slide up a station on the pass ball. So Harper Turpin up to second. Maddie Crow up to third. And now if you're Vidrickson, you're thinking about trimming this lead down to 2. Good pitch. In breaker catches the zone. Count goes to 2-1. here on Tyler Vidrickson. Vidrickson, another dual sport athlete, key piece of the Lady Mustang women's basketball team. And for the third time this inning, a pop-up to Zyzicom is going to wrap it up. 3 P4s keep Central off the scoreboard. Remains a 4-0 Salina South lead as we go to the 5th. Here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital-grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com, visit our 9th Street location in Salina, or call 309-1919.
Your next visit to the
We are back here. It's our Game of the Week on the Salina Post Sports Network as we go to inning number 5, and want to remind you that coverage of today's game is brought to you by our friends at Bennington State Bank, Salina Septic Service, APAC Shears, and Commercial Tire Center. Already gave you a check of our area scoreboard presented by Salina Surgical Hospital. Again, at last check, Salina South led Salina Central on the baseball diamond at a 4-0 lead now as that game has entered the 5th inning of action. Of course, game number 1 already went to Salina South. Elsewhere in the area, as a quick reminder, it's Peyton Fritz at the plate, followed by Morgan Janaszek and Mackenzie Langer. Southeast of Saline softball team took a 10-3 win over Ellsworth. Ellsworth's baseball team got a 5-0 win over the Trojans on that side of things. Peyton Fritz with a tomahawk chop down the line will bring the count to 1-2. Again, Fritz, Janaszek, and Langer here for the Lady Cougars. Fritz got her first hit of the day. It was an RBI double back in the 3rd inning and then came in to score on a little miscue on the other side of things. Here the count goes even at 2-2. Katie Wagner back to work in the circle once again. No shading right now, but the outfield not shy about playing Fritz deep. Fritz back in the box at the ready. The 2-2 is laced foul down the line. That's where her double came. It was a tightrope act that stayed inside the chalk line down that third base side. You see Snyder just playing the line straight up right now, not willing to let anything else get through. That ball going to get by Utley, and the count is full here on Peyton Fritz, who has already walked once today. Again, Fritz, for as intimidating as she is, only 7 walks to 7 strikeouts this season. And we'll pop this one up, drifting near the line. That is going to get down, and it's going to continue to roll as Fritz will be in with a stand-up double on a ball that Bruce, I think, just misjudged a little bit. Maybe even thought that would find its way on the foul side of the line, but it's the 2nd double of the day for Peyton Fritz, and it will bring Morgan Janaszek to the plate. Janaszek reaching on an error back in the 3rd. She'll square to bunt, gets it down. It's a beauty down the line. It's going to be picked up by Snyder. The throw to first, not in time. So a bunt single for Morgan Janaszek. Puts runners at the corners with nobody out for Mackenzie Langer. Langer has reached base twice today. She singled, came in to score a run back in the 2nd. She also reached on an error back in the 3rd. First pitch to her. Runner goes down to 2nd. They will let Janaszek swipe the bag. Trying instead for the back pick of Fritz at 3rd. 0-1 the count to Mackenzie Langer. Again, a single and an error. Back in game number 1, Langer also, for what it's worth, a single and an error. And a stolen base. She's putting together the same exact performance, just not in the same order. That means she needs a strikeout and a line out to right field as that ball gets by Utley, but Fritz is going to hold up at 3rd. Count does go to 1-2 on Mackenzie Langer, the Lady Cougar center fielder. Langer digs back in. Another pitch in the dirt. Another good stop by Utley. Although her return throw almost makes it into center field. Central trying to settle in, just looking to record a few outs. Another pitch in the dirt. Another good block by Utley. But the count is now full. Three balls, two strikes. Langer back in the box. The payoff pitch. It's going to be chopped. Slow roller picked up there. The throw. No, they pump fake the throw. So call that an RBI single for Mackenzie Langer. Van Zandt, I thought, would just trade the run for the out, but instead pump fakes, trying maybe to catch the runner off second. Even if you get Janaszek off the bag, though, you're still only getting one out, and the run still comes in to score. And did that breeze the helmet? It almost looked like it did, but no, it did. That breezes the helmet of Chloe Helzel, and the bases are loaded. So Fritz came in to score on the RBI single from Langer. Langer is now aboard at second, Janaszek at third. And Hannah Gardner, who has been a thorn in the side of this Lady Mustang team all day long, comes to the plate once again. Gardner already has an RBI double today. Another pitch will miss the zone. And the count begins at 1-0. So it's Janaszek at third, Langer at second, Helzel at first, and a called strike on the outer half that'll even the count at 1-1. Hannah Gardner, a home run back in game number 1. Watches this one miss low, and the count to 2-1 here on today's third baseman. Gardner's made some good plays to keep runs off the board. Here comes the 2-1. It's chopped foul down the third base line. That'll roll its way back towards the Lady Mustang dugout. It's a tough situation to be in if you're Katie Wagner. Again, still no outs recorded in the inning. Just got to take them one at a time. You may have to give up a few runs to get there. 2-2, chopped. Again, foul, again down the line, straightened out a little bit more this time. But Gardner, who is 1 for 2, going to have to straighten it out more than that. Plenty of speed on the base paths. Two of the Lady Cougar outfielders on the base paths right now. And the 2-2 misses away. That will fill the count. And there is nowhere to put Hannah Gardner. Gardner digs back in. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch. It's going to be taken back to the pitcher. They will go home for the out. And it will be Gardner reaching on a fielder's choice. 1 down in the inning as Janaszek is retired. Langer moves up to third, and Helzel moves up to second to bring Talon Herbal to the plate. Herbal today, 0 for 1, a strikeout. Also reached on an error and came in to score back in the 4th inning. And takes the first pitch low, 4-1. Herbal looking to break this game wide open, is going to loft a ball drifting into the bullpen to even the count at a ball and a strike. Talon Herbal came in as a pinch hitter in game number 1. Again, 0 for 1 with a strikeout there. So far, 0 for 1 with a strikeout here as well. But with the top of the order looming, I know Malia Koster is 0 for 3. But you want to try to get these out sooner rather than later. 1-1, chasing a high rise ball, is Talon Herbal. Honestly, a little surprised she even got the bat on that. Count goes to 2-2 here. Wagner looking to settle in. Shakes the ball in her hands a couple of times and delivers the 2-2, and it misses high and away. And for the second time in as many at-bats, it's a full count with the bases loaded. Wagner was able to work a fielder's choice of Hannah Gardner to get the first out of the inning. It's a big pitch coming up here to the Lady Cougar 9-hole hitter. Payoff on the way, ball 4. That is going to be a run walked in here for Salina South, who are going to jump out to a 5-6-0 lead. And insult to injury, the bases remain loaded for the top of the order with Malia Coster coming to bat. It's one of the weird quirks of baseball and softball. Herbal is going to be credited with an RBI for that. Coster is 0 for 3 in this one. But, again, finished today 0 for 2. So she is 0 for her last 5, but began 2 for 2 with a home run and a double. And now we've got a meeting in the circle just amongst the infielders. Does not currently involve Coach Waldron here. And now Coach Waldron will come out and talk to her team, and we'll see what is going on here. Again, maybe just a pep talk. Not sure. We may actually see a new pitcher coming in here. And it looks like we will have a pitching change. So we'll let you know about that when we come back. It's the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week, a 6-0 lead for the Salina South Lady Cougars.
Opus Plasma Skin Resurfacing at Salina Medical Aesthetics is similar to traditional laser skin treatments. It uses thermal energy to produce anti-aging results as opposed to traditional laser energy. There's minimal downtime, and each session only takes about 45 minutes. Most patients see a noticeable difference with just one procedure. Treat moderate to deep wrinkles, fine lines, sagging skin, rough patches, poor skin tone, and sunspots. Opus is a fantastic treatment for anti-aging. For a free consultation, contact Salina Medical Aesthetics and learn more at salinamedesthetics.org.
Springtime is here and we're on the go. Visit Commercial Tire Center and get ready to roll. We're driving more and more and getting ready for springtime activities. From the smallest lawnmower tires to passenger tires, farm tires, and the largest truck tires. Call Commercial Tire for repairs that aren't tire related.
Well, not needing much in the way of warm-ups, the new pitcher is the starting pitcher from game number 1, Valerie Van Zandt, right back to work. And is going to inherit a bit of a mess here facing Malia Coster. That ball's going to get by the run, coming to the plate, but oh my goodness, not nearly in time. That was a play. Chloe Helzel tries to come in to score the run. Everybody else moves up. That's a big second out to be recorded by Van Zandt. It's still Coster at the plate with 2 in scoring position. So Van Zandt delivers the next pitch. That'll miss up and away, and the count goes to 3-1 here on Malia Coster, who honestly might be okay with seeing Van Zandt back out there in the circle. She saw her well, and yeah, that was ball 4. Boy, if Coster's supposed to take her base, just kind of got lost there for a moment, but will now take it on a walk. Again, not the worst thing in the world here for Central, as they've now got to force out anywhere. Emily Newman going to be the new batter here. Conversation being had with the home plate umpire, but it was ball 4. And Newman now will grab a bat. So it's Hannah Gardner at third. It's Talon Herbal at second. It's Malia Coster aboard at first. And it's Emily Newman hitting this well, but into the Salina South bullpen. That ball... It's not a live ball, so it won't allow anyone to advance, but is thrown into center field. Emily Newman today, 1 for 3, a single, a line out, and a ground out. Salina South looking for more here. And this ball is chopped to third. They will go the short way. And that will put an end to the 5th inning, but not before Salina South strikes for 2 more runs. They lead the way 6-0. It's our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC. APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Back here on our Game of the Week on the Salina Post Sports Network, bottom third of the order due up here for the Lady Mustangs. It'll be Grace Ostmeyer, Tessa Snyder, and Bailey Bruce to lead off the fifth. Another inning of work here for Macy Yost, whose first couple of pitches are going to miss outside the zone. She'll have to try to settle in and relocate here. As Central looking to claw back some of these runs. Again, they trail it big. Here is a bloop single. That's going to get down, and I believe by definition that never hit the outfield grass. That's going to be an awkward infield single, but Grace Ostmeyer will take it. And the leadoff runner is aboard here for the Lady Mustangs with Tessa Snyder coming to bat. So it's Snyder at the dish now, trying to keep this run going as that pitch is bounced to home plate, and then the back pick attempt is nowhere near the mark. Yost back to work, will deliver the next pitch, misses high and outside. And the count suddenly is 3-0. Actually, just 2-0 here on Tessa Snyder. Takes a big cut, makes it 2-1. Trying to park that ball deep. Next offering is on its way. Called strike, and the count goes to 2-2. So all even on the board. 2-2 pitch is popped up. Fritz drifts over into the coach's box and makes the catch for out number one. That'll bring up Bailey Bruce, the 9-hole hitter today so far, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Trying to move the runner at the very least. And we'll take a pitch that'll miss high as the count begins at 1-0. 1-0 delivery in and out of the mitt there of Newman. Everybody, though, content to stay right where they're at. No need to risk any nonsense here. Next pitch, again, misses high. And that's where these have been. Nothing doing, though, on the first couple of chances. Yost's 3-0. That misses in the... Nope, called strike at the knees. Things go to 3-1 here on Bailey Bruce. It's been one of those games, a lot of stranded runners for both teams. Another one popped up once again. Fritz drifting into foul territory. This time, though, cannot make the catch. And another chance going to be given here to Bailey Bruce. We'll see if she can find a way to capitalize and make South pay for that. Payoff on the way. Called strike 3, and that will set Bailey Bruce down on strikes for the second time today for Macy Yost. That is strikeout number 3. She has gotten 2 of those 3 against the Lady Mustang 9-hole hitter, and it flips the book back over to the top and brings up Valerie Van Zandt. Runner goes, throw down to second is high. So Grace Ostmeyer going to reach here on a stolen base and find herself in scoring position with 2 away. That pitch in for a called strike. Right now, Salina South just trying to whittle down the remaining outs for their crosstown rival en route to another sweep here, unless Central can find a way to bounce back and pick up some big runs here, again down by 6. That ball skied high in the air, drifting over from her spot at short as Coster. She'll make the catch, and it's 3 down as the 5th is over. Still a 6-0 lead here for the Lady Cougars. It's our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
For over 90 years, when people go car shopping, they've been coming to Marshall Motors in Salina. Hi, this is Dane at Marshall Motors. The world has changed, but the way we do business remains the same. We promise you the right price, no pressure, and to be your trusted dealership for sales and service. For over 90 years, we've been treating people the way we want to be treated and watching them drive away with a smile and a great ride. Come see us in South Salina at Marshall Motors. We keep life moving.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Welcome back in here on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week as we go to inning number 6. Salina South is looking to come out and pick up a few more big runs here late in this one. Again, they lead the way 6-0. It has been kind of a slow trickle here for South. They got 1 run in the second. They got 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth. So no explosive inning like their 6-run inning from game number 1, but it's been enough to get the job done here, and it's most of the heart of the order due up next with Macy Yost leading off, and then Peyton Fritz and Morgan Janaszek to follow. An 0-2 count here to start things off on Yost. Yost today, a ground rule double, a walk and a run scored, and a ground out. That ground out coming back in the 4th inning. Pitch here, called strike 3, and down on strikes is Macy Yost. That will be the first strikeout of the new game here for Valerie Van Zandt, who again came in relief of Katie Wagner, making her second appearance of the day. Big swing and a miss. Fritz, boy, trying to send that ball to Jerry Ivy Park. Comes up with nothing but oxygen, and the count will start at 0-1. Van Zandt was able to keep Fritz in check. Here, delivers a little chin music. Count goes even at a ball and a strike here. Again, Van Zandt came in with 2 down in the 5th. As Fritz going to get under another one. Chasing it all the way over to the fence and unable to make the catch is Rykoff, and boy, it has just been that kind of day for Salina Central. Quick correction, Vidrickson over at first. Pitch here gets away. So it's still Vidrickson at first, Wagner at short. And Valerie Van Zandt back in the circle. Pitch misses at the knees here to Peyton Fritz. And taking her base is Fritz. Aboard here with a walk. Third time she has reached today. 2 RBI doubles, 2 runs scored, and now a walk for Peyton Fritz to bring up Morgan Janaszek, who has also reached base twice today, a bunt single and reaching on an error back in the third. She'll square to bunt, pops it up. That is out of play and foul here. Working on getting the final line for Katie Wagner from this contest, as once again squaring to bunt, this time getting it down. That's a good move from Snyder to let that roll foul. Snyder exchanging a word with South's coach Vidrine there. Said, hey, you let that go? Answers no, counts 0-2. Gonna have to swing away here is Morgan Janaszek. This ball back to the screen. Fritz gonna have to turn around and head back to first. Actually, no, a wild pitch. So Fritz successfully moves up to second. Janaszek stands in. 1-2 on its way. Misses down and in. Janaszek ready to go, the 2-2. Misses high. Fritz is going to move up another station. So back-to-back, or not back-to-back, but 2 wild pitches will allow Fritz to move from first to third, and now another insurance run is just 60 feet away. Ball's going to be fouled off. Count stays full here at 3-2. And this is going to miss. It's going to be a walk issued here. Now back-to-back walks. 1 to Fritz, 1 to Janaszek. And it's runners at the corners for Mackenzie Langer with 1 away here in the inning. Final line is in on Katie Wagner. Get you that after this first pitch. That misses high and away. Throw down to second. Not in time. Janaszek in with a stolen base. Wagner closes out the day. She goes 4 2/3, gives up 6 runs, 5 earned on 8 hits, walks 1, hits 1, and strikes out 3. Turns things over to Valerie Van Zant, the Game 1 starter. Boy, almost a beautiful bunt laid down by Langer. But it's not able to stay on the right side of the chalk line, and the count instead drifts to 1-1. Langer today is 2 for 2, 2 singles, 2 runs scored, an RBI, a stolen base, also reached on an error, and was stranded aboard at second back in the third inning. And, oh, boy. That one well outside the zone. Langer obviously takes, and the count goes to 2-1. That one may have slipped. Sun's starting to set here in Salina, Kansas. The 2-1 on its way. Big swing and a miss, and the count goes even at 2-2. Two now on its way. It's shot back towards the parking lot off the roof of the shed. Things will stay right where they're at. Pitch coming, swing and a miss. Van Zant gets her second strikeout of the inning, and it's 2 away for Chloe Helsel. And we will take a moment and get a look at our Salina Surgical Hospital area scoreboard. Southeast of Salina has wrapped up game number 2 of their doubleheader. They defeat the Ellsworth Bearcats 10-3 and 12-0 to finish the year undefeated in league play and claim sole ownership of the NCAA crown. Here it's a 6-0 ball game, a pop fly drifting towards the outfield, and the catch is made by Turpin, and that will wrap up the 6th inning at least the top half of it. We go to the home half of inning number 6. Still a 6-0 lead for the Lady Cougars here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital-grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com. Visit our 9th Street location in Salina or call 309-1919.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
Back here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week, it'll be Maddie Crow who slaps one to Gardner. Throw to first, one pitch, one out. Good efficiency for Yost. And with that, Salina Central is now down to their final 5 outs. Ellie Rykoff and Harper Turpin will be the next two to grab a bat here for Salina Central. Again, the Lady Mustangs trying to get some sort of a rally going here, but so far, so good for Macy Yost, who has pitched to the tune of a shutout so far. She has allowed just a pair of hits and a pair of walks. Actually, 3 walks today. Only other base runner came on a fielder's choice back in the 3rd inning. 1-0 now on its way. Called strike here to Ellie Rykoff. Taking a look around again at our Salina Surgical Hospital area scoreboard. Game currently going on in the 6th inning sees Salina South's baseball team up 6-0 on Salina Central. That is game 2 of our other doubleheader game of the week. Game 1, an 11-5 victory for the Cougars. This one getting by Newman, evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Ellie Rykoff, who today is 0 for 2 with a pop out and a line out into a double play. That came back in the 1st inning. Two on its way. It's going to be chopped foul down the line. The count stays right where it was at. And another try will have to be had here for Macy Yost. Again, Yost has been excellent today. She's allowed just 1 runner to reach 3rd base at all. Only 2 in scoring position. As lunging at this, it's going to be another bloop single down the left field line. And Ellie Rykoff is aboard here with 1 down for Harper Turpin. So Turpin, who reached on a walk back in the 4th inning, will try to sort this out and try to get her team on the board for the first time today. First pitch misses high. Good block there by Emily Newman. Macy Yost will start off behind in the count. Next pitch misses high. Count goes to 2-0. Turpin, the cleanup batter. Again, the team leader in RBI. 2-0 on the way. This one popped up. Drifting over is Zizakam, who makes the catch. And it's 2 down here in inning number 6 for Katie Wagner. Wagner, the starting pitcher here, trying to help her team get a couple of those runs back. Will bat from the right side. So far, though, Wagner 0 for 2 with a fly out to center and a pop up to second. And it seems like Zizakam has just been really busy over at second base. She has made, I think, 4 plays on infield pop-ups. Been drifting all over the place. 0-1, misses high. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Yost back to work, delivers home the pitch. Gets a chase of something well up in the zone. And the count now to 1-2. South 1 out away from getting this game to the 7th. 1-2, lined right at Peyton Fritz, who makes the catch. And that will do it for inning number 6. Back with more when we return on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
Opus Plasma Skin Resurfacing at Salina Medical Aesthetics is similar to traditional laser skin treatments. It uses thermal energy to produce anti-aging results as opposed to traditional laser energy. There's minimal downtime, and each session only takes about 45 minutes. Most patients see a noticeable difference with just one procedure. Treat moderate to deep wrinkles, fine lines, sagging skin, rough patches, poor skin tone, and sunspots. Opus is a fantastic treatment for anti-aging. For a free consultation, contact Salina Medical Aesthetics and learn more at salinamedesthetics.org.
Springtime is here and we're on the go. Visit Commercial Tire Center and get ready to roll. We're driving more and more and getting ready for springtime activities. From the smallest lawnmower tires to passenger tires, farm tires, and the largest truck tires. Call Commercial Tire for repairs that aren't tire related. Our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
We go to inning number 7 here on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week, and it will be Hannah Gardner, Talon Herbal, and Malia Koster to lead things off for the Lady Cougars. Looking for a little more late insurance as the first pitch is skipped in the dirt from Valerie Van Zant. Again, Van Zant came in relief back in the 5th inning. Took the reins over from Katie Wagner, today's Game 2 starter. Her 1-0 pitch is in there for a called strike. That'll even the count at 1-1. Big cut and a pitch outside. Gardner, just like that, will fall behind at 1-2. Have to try to straighten this back out. Gardner started the day with an RBI double. That got the Lady Cougars on the board. Since then, though, she is 0 for 2, a fielder's choice and a ground out. Watches this one miss high. That evens the count at 2-2. Van Zandt looking for one more good pitch, trying to find the first out of the inning. Will deliver it home now. And it misses at the knees to fill the count. Payoff on the way, misses inside. A walk issued to Hannah Gardner. And the leadoff runner aboard with Talon Herbal coming to bat next. Herbal's had an interesting day at the plate. An RBI walk for her back in the 5th inning. Reached on an error, came in to score back in the 4th inning. And struck out swinging back in the 2nd. Here trying to bunt. Ends up collecting strike 1. And the count begins at 0-1. This in the dirt gets away from Utley. Gardner will move up and take second. This could have gotten a lot more out of hand for Salina South. They have stranded 9 runners in this contest, including 6 in scoring position. Here, squaring to bunt once again, going over the top to make it a 1-2 count is Herbal, who will have to try to shorten up here just a bit. Fouls this back to the screen, fights off the pitch. And the count remains 1-2. Here's one slapped up the middle. It's going to be picked, stopped there by Turpin. And that will keep a run off the board, but an infield single for Talon Herbal has got Salina South with runners at the corners and nobody out for the top of the order in Malia Coster. Coster today 0 for 3 with a walk. Did the majority of their damage back in game number 1 of this 2-game set. And here, oh my goodness, squares to bunt. Just has to fight that off more out of self-defense than anything. Ended up getting a piece of the bat on it to avoid the hit by pitch. And will stand back in. Insult to injury. Has to go through all that work. Probably stings the hands. And all that just to end up behind in the count 0-1. Big swing and a miss. Now down 0-2. O2 on its way. Lifted high and out of play. And that ball will roll back behind the concourse. So still 0-2. Another chance here for Coster. Trying to drive in another run. Hits this out to straightaway center. Crow back to the track. Makes the catch. Runners are going to come home. And a sac fly will bring Hannah Gardner into score for the Lady Cougars, the 7th run of the day. It's 1 down now in the 7th. That ball hit to the deepest part of the ballpark. Probably has a chance to get out, maybe down the corner. Brings up Emily Newman. Big swing and a miss for Newman. Newman today 1 for 4, a single, a ground out, a line out, and a fielder's choice. Macy Yost in the on-deck circle, still actually 1 away now. 1-1 the count here on the Lady Cougar catcher. One pitch, misses up and out, throw down to second. Not in time to get the speedy Talon Herbal. Seems like most of the throws down to second have missed on the left side of the bag. It's made it easier for the Lady Cougars to wreak havoc on the base paths. The 2-1. Misses low. And the count now goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. Newman gets under that. Catch made by Turpin. And it's 2 down here in the 7th for Salina Central. Lady Mustangs looking to record 1 more out to get their bats one last chance to try to overcome what has turned into a 7-run deficit here in the 7th. First pitch misses inside. Called strike, though, on the inner half, and Macy Yost will fall behind. For Yost today, a ground rule double, a walk and a run scored, a strikeout, and a ground out. Fouls 1 off of her own foot here to fall behind 0-2. And now Valerie Van Zant is 1 pitch away from ending the inning, or at least this half of it. Swung on and missed. Yost cuts through it. Her 2nd strikeout of the day for Van Zant, her 3rd. And Salina Central with one last chance. When we come back, it's the home half of the 7th. A 7-0 Lady Cougar lead on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Last chance here for the Salina Central Lady Mustangs. They trail at 7-0 as we go to the home half of inning number 7. It will be Tyler Vidrickson, Grace Ostmeyer, and Tessa Snyder on to face Macy Yost, who takes a shutout here into the 7th, looking to complete this and pick up what would be just her second win of the year. Again, Macy Yost has a solid 2.4 ERA, but 13 strikeouts to 17 walks has led to a 1-4 record in her ledger. Count is 2-1 here to Tyler Vidrickson. Vidrickson today 0 for 2 with a pair of infield pop-outs. And almost makes it 3, but is able to get that out of play and evens the count instead at 2 balls and 2 strikes. For Salina South, it has been, again, just a slow trickle throughout this game. They got 1 in the first, 2, or sorry, they got 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, and another in the 7th to take, again, a 7-0 lead. Payoff pitch. A little half-hearted excuse me swing down the line. Count goes full here on Tyler Vidrickson. Salina South can hold on. They'll move to 13-7 on the year. Central would fall to 7-15 and called strike 3. It's going to put Vidrickson down looking for Macy Yost. It is her 4th strikeout of the day, and it brings up Grace Ostmeyer as Salina Central is now down to their final 2 outs. Tessa Snyder in the on-deck circle. Ostmeyer today is 1 for 1, reached on an infield single, swiped second. A walk in the 3rd. So she's reached base twice today. Trying to set the table here for the Lady Mustangs. And we'll foul this back to the screen to even the count at a ball and a strike. Macy Yost back in the circle, the 1-1, and held on to that one a little too long. Next pitch, the 2-1 from Yost. Swung on and missed. And the count is even at 2-2. Lights on here late at Salina South High School. 2-2 from Yost. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 5 on the day for Macy Yost, and Salina Central down to their final out, represented here by third baseman Tessa Snyder. Snyder today 0 for 2, a fielder's choice, and a pop-up to first. Macy Yost 1 out away from completing the sweep of the rival and also picking up her 2nd victory of the year, and it almost was right there as Fritz tried to make the play, but it's out of play and foul before that can deal any damage. Big swing and a miss for Snyder. And the count goes to 0-2. Macy Yost, 5 strikeouts, including back-to-back strikeouts here to start the 7th. The 0-2 just misses at the letters. Count will go to 1-2 here on Snyder. Tessa Snyder, once again, the final hope for the Lady Mustangs, is going to try to muscle one, but Zizakam picks it up, throws to first, and that will do it. The Lady Cougars complete the sweep. They get the win back in game number 1, 9-6. They'll take game 2, 7-0. And Salina South will move to 13-7 on the year, while Salina Central falls to 7-15. This has been the final regular season installment of our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. It's been a pleasure to bring you this all season long, but that will just about do it for us. One last time, for our producer, engineer, and camera operator, Olivia Bergmeyer, I've been Tyler Henry. We will see you next time on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.